Then, moreover, when actually we are working with farmers, the rural is our core strength actually. We are into vegetable seed business and we have a lot of activities in rural area. Okay. So, in fact, recently we have
You
started
can
one.
actually educate us about what's happening.
Okay. Actually, our one of the aim is to uplift the poor farmers, double the income of
Very
government
nice.
of India. We are with them as a Swasth Bharat Abhiyan. So farmer benefit as well as healthy India. We talk about the real healthy vegetables.
Can we
Real.
have a big round of applause for these two gentlemen doing such a great job? Lovely.
So this is a kind of a win-win situation we are going to create with actually our Indian citizens as well as the real farmers who are struggling now. Okay, we have a lot of projects running, and in fact, we have one of the broccoli conference in upcoming January 2026 at Taj Mumbai. That is for the health benefits of the vegetables. Okay, I think I'll collect some of the information from here. Some of
Fantastic.
yeah,
Yes.
if you attend those things, definitely will have lot of insight about the rural India and also the real vegetables which are helping our farmers as well as for all Indians. Okay, thank you
Oh,
very much.
fantastic. Now that you've given me the invitation, I'm ready to host that event.
Definitely, madam. Definitely. I will collect the information, all the addresses and email IDs.
Yes, request everyone
Yeah.
who's interested in what he said, and clearly that's a very interesting initiative. Kindly reach out to him one more time. Your name, sir? What?
Ramesh Shiraguppi.
Please reach out to Mr. Ramesh and give your information so that we can help make his initiative a success.
Yes, and one more, I have a request. Please Google. It is available everywhere. The health benefit of broccoli. Okay. So broccoli actually has the highest nutritional value and is helpful for many, many diseases for keep ourselves healthy. Please, I request everyone, when I say everyone, I mean each and everyone, please study. It's available in the Google or any website, the health benefits of broccoli. Please. And we have a big conference for this in January 2026 at Taj Mumbai. And definitely I will try to collect all
The
the insights.
broccoli revolution. Can we have a big round for this, please? Sounds so good, so interesting. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
We shall try and pass the word. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Please have a seat.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
All right, so I have passed the test. I did not bite. I did not do anything. In fact, we came to know of something really interesting, right? So, anybody else who's here with an interesting initiative and would like to share some information? There's somebody else here who had half a hand raised, and you said you've been here a few years. Yes, I remember you. Yes, ma'am, I remember you as well. Please kindly stand, face everyone. Tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Bela
You're next.
Gupta. I'm a retail veteran, now a consultant. I met you at BNI.
Yes,
So,
yes, I remember you.
yeah. So basically, I'm consulting Keval Kiran Clothing Limited. They are having retail stores pan India in the B and C cities. And Killer, their well known brand, has got
Yes,
400.
jeans,
Yes.
killer jeans. Yeah.
So we are
With
making.
a double R or double L.
No, double L.
Double L.
Yeah.
That-
So we are now taking another initiative of looking at Lawman,
Yes.
another brand,
Brand.
value brand for the masses. So we've already 62 stores in places like Full Bunny, a place where I have never heard of or been, and we're doing phenomenal business. So
And this is a village.
it's
No, this is a small town.
It's a small town.
What's
Almost.
the population of that town?
I really don't know because I never even heard of it before.
Probably as big as Goregaon.
But it's doing phenomenal business,
Fantastic. How lovely to hear that.
and we're opening another
This is
100.
Western clothes.
This is menswear clothing, fashion clothing, and we are opening another 100 stores.
Big round of applause for rural India that's going fashionable.
And
How lovely.
and we're looking for real estate people who would help us look at stores.
Real estate stores in
So you
the
connect
interior.
with me and my team here. Thank you very much.
Welcome, lovely. So, anybody who's into real estate in the interiors of India, please reach out a hand. Yes, your smile says, I don't want to talk, but I have to ask you to speak, sir. Good evening.
Hello, guys. Good evening. So, I'm just a learner here, an MBA student. I'm pursuing MBA in marketing from NL Dalmia Institute of Management Studies and Research. So, your question, why
What
am
did
I
you
here?
take away from the previous Eggfirst events that you've attended?
So, the previous Eggfirst event, I was forced to come here by my father. So, I'm really bored of these kind of things. But
But you
these,
are here this time, not at
no,
gunpoint, by
this time,
yourself.
yeah, by
I don't
myself.
have to say much.
Yeah.
Can we have a big applause for Eggfirst, please? Well done. Okay,
So,
tell us why.
as a marketing student, I feel that rural marketing is a vast, untapped market. And as a marketer, it's a gold mine. Yeah. So that's the reason I'm here for networking. I'm here to learn things because I'm in my learning phase. I need to implement things what I learn and I need to deliver them. So that's what I'm here
I
for.
completely agree with you. I come as a host here, but genuinely go back enriched with all the information I understand about rural India, marketing in rural India. And this lady here, like she said, fashion is going places in the interiors of India. This is like really nice, interesting stuff. Thank you for being here. And tell me, what are you going to take? What are you planning to take away from today? You have you seen the agenda? We have a lot of speakers speaking.
Yeah, yeah.
We have two
I'm
panel
planning
discussion.
to talk with all of them, majority of them, make the most of it.
You should write a chapter after every one.
Yeah, yeah,
All
definitely.
right. Thank you and welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Anybody else who's got a new initiative under the belt this year and you'd like to take it forward? Yes, ma'am. Good evening. You look lovely.
Hi, thank you. And because we were talking real estate, I thought I'll take this opportunity to just say hi to those who are looking for real
How
estate
lovely. We've got to
in
connect in
India.
the same room.
Yes.
Fantastic. Yes, ma'am.
I lead an initiative called Samagam, and our mission is to provide
Samaga, you said.
Samagam.
Samakam. Okay.
Yes, and our mission is to create 5 million job opportunities or work opportunities in rural India while addressing the aspirations of the country and of the
5
rural.
million job opportunities in
That's right.
rural India.
That's right. And the heart of
Fantastic.
this,
Fantastic. Yes, that's the first time claps have happened without my begging. Great. That's
thank you.
respect to the job that you have in hand. Yes, go on, please.
Thank you. And what we are doing is we are creating, there's a real estate play to it because we want people to come together, and hence the name Samagam, where people can come with, they can brainstorm on ideas, there can be entrepreneurship, there can be business opportunities which run through this center, and create a microcosm of self-sufficiency for the villages so that people don't have to migrate to urban areas
Yeah,
out of
not to
necessity.
overpopulate Bombay and Delhi and
Absolutely.
Bangalore.
Absolutely.
Lovely,
And
lovely.
hence, it would be great to hear from our network later on with those who wish to take their, not just brands, but take opportunities for the rural population into the hinterlands.
Fantastic. Inviting everyone from the audience to please speak to the lady here from Samagam if you want to have any more information for the same. Yes. All right. Anybody else who's been at the Eggfirst Rural Conclave before? Nobody else? I saw some hands earlier. Abnay, you've changed your mind. You haven't been here before? Okay. Anybody, sir, what are you expecting from today? Please.
Well, let's see.
If you'll just please kindly stand.
Well, I'm looking forward to interacting with all of you. That's what I'm looking for here.
Please tell
Let's see
us
how
your
it
name,
goes.
sir.
My
And
name is Vishwa. I represent Kantar.
yes, I know your name on the list of speakers
Yes.
today.
Yes.
Lovely.
So
Thank
I'm
you.
sure I'll be able to share something which is worthwhile for everybody in this room.
We are looking forward. And
Thank
have
you
you
so
been
much.
to an Eggfirst event
No,
before?
this is my first, so
And
excited.
how did Mr. Banka invite you here? I promise you what? I promise you an audience for something wonderful that you have to
Yeah,
share
I mean,
with us.
we are always happy to interact. So anybody reaching out, we'd be love.
I
we'd love to
promise you
share.
we'll be a great audience.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank you
and
so much.
welcome. Welcome. Sir, would you like to tell us what you're expecting today?
Well, again, a platform where we can interact with people, get to know a lot of other experiences.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the takeaway for us.
Fantastic.
So I'm Umakant Das. I'm the director of Institute of Rural Management, Anand.
Yes.
So we are
I
there for
have you
rural
as well on my
management.
list.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's
Welcome, welcome. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Sir is already smiling in advance कि ये मेरे को तो पूछेगी पक्का. छोड़ूंगी तो नहीं sir. Just you can continue
Okay,
to sit.
my name is Sanjay Panigrahi. Why I am invited here? Because I'm a neighbor of Ravi Banka. No, I work a lot in rural areas, and one day he met me. He said, "आप rural में क्या करते हो?" मैं बोला, "आप क्या करते हो?" So it goes back 2 years after, and after 2 years, he told me, let's. I'm having a conclave. Why don't you come and join?" So, like our young friend was saying, that rural is very untapped and lot of potential. Brother, I have been hearing that for last 40 years. Okay, so that's nothing new. So you must ask how it is unpotential. How can something be unpotential remain so much untapped for so many years? So someone is taking you for a ride. So my boss took me for a ride, but I am promising you I will not take you for a ride. So digital is here. So a lot of new things happening in rural, which I have not seen in my 4 decades of career. So really look forward to some great interaction, some young ideas, some young minds speaking, and that's all.
You yourself are a mountain of information.
No,
So we
it's
are going
okay.
to be mining that today.
Now in the age of chat GPT, etc., there is no mountain of information.
There's nothing that replaces experience,
No,
let
no,
me
no,
tell you.
no.
Yes.
You have to ask the right question and you will almost get a 95% correct answer.
How did you feel?
About?
How did no? If I were to ask you a question now that you're challenging me about, telling, whether human beings are still better off than, robots and automation.
Well, human beings
How do
are.
you feel about going to rural India and seeing these massive
Yeah,
changes?
there are a lot of things which machines
Yeah.
cannot find. But if someone documents that, what is
Yeah.
that you see, that becomes past. It was not so in our time.
To share a small incident, I was once traveling, through the countryside, and at a roadside, a lady was selling guavas. She had GPay. I literally wanted to hug her. That you have the intelligence to actually understand that GPay is money. For a lady who's never gone, I asked her, "Have you ever been to?" She'd never been to school, and she was selling guavas. She almost didn't have a cash box, which was like it was a small thing, but such a matter of pride.
Yeah,
So,
great, great.
so this is something no AI
Yeah,
bot can tell you.
see, I was in 2010 when digital was just coming in. I used to work with a company which we used to set up digital networks in the villages.
Yeah.
We used to have at that point of time, what do they call it? Chhatri jaisa upar dikhta VSAT. VSAT connections were there. There was no 2G. There was only feature phone. That is the age I have. Son, I never believed that digital can come to such an extent कि mobile phone आ जाएगा और लैपटॉप चला जाएगा. तो हम लोग उस वक्त पूरा लैपटॉप में ही काम करते थे. वो वीसेट से आता था, लैपटॉप में काम करते थे. गांव में एक लैपटॉप हो गया तो ITC e-Chopal is a great example of how laptop work, but ITC e-Chopal is completely gone today. They are completely gone digital. पूरा डिजिटल हो गया उसमें. तो मोबाइल फोन हैज टेकन ओवर एंड थ्रोन बैक द एंटायर थिंग. सो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ चेंजेस इट इज ब्रिंगिंग, इट इज माइंड बॉगलिंग. Mind boggling.
More in your conversation, and
Yeah,
this, like
sure.
you reminded me, today's a day and age where my driver's daughters have taken a laptop from me. That's how advanced we've,
See, my screen time on my mobile phone is 8 hours per day. So my wife bangs me, you know. She says, आप जब काम कर रहे थे डिजिटल के सिवा अच्छा था, but my PC time is 0. So my work is entirely on mobile phone. I never used to believe. I thought laptop तो रहेगा ही यार. सब कुछ unless you create information, Excel sheet आपको create करना है, everything you are able to do in laptop, everything. So that is how the technology is changing, you know. And technology is not only digital in robotics, in villages, but there are some minus sides also. There are some plus sides. More in the panel discussion.
More in the
Thank you.
discussion, yes. Thank you so much for talking to us. Anybody else who knows Eggfirst, Ravi Banka, or any other team leaders? Yes. You want me to ask somebody here? Why don't I come to you?
Hi, this is Vijay. I represent Lyra. We are a payment service company. So we take pride to take UPI to Eiffel Tower. As sir said, and you also shared the experience of Paytm or guava seller in rural India. So yes, rural India is having great potential, but now industry has to go to real India, that is Bharat. And there is the things because the way India has evolved, uh, being in India to be superpower, Bharat has to be empowered. And now India is exporting technologies to Eiffel Tower. I relate that now tourists from tier 2, tier 3 cities can use Indianized UPI to book their travel for Eiffel Tower. So this is a great achievement for India.
Woo! Let's hear it for Bharat.
Yes. And being a technology French route, we are enabling all over India, wherever you need a connectivity, we would be able to enable that through our NAC M2M solutions. So we are extending technology to real India, that is Bharat. And this Bharat will add to the developed India and the mission 2047 that government is pushing for a developed India. So we are here and we are here to celebrate the energy with you all, your fourth edition. All the very
Fantastic.
best.
So let's have a big round of applause to everyone who's here. Thank you for your energy that you have brought into the room, and I hope that you take it multiplied by the time you leave.
Thank you. We are here with our colleague. If you need anything for payment, we are happy to help you.
All right.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'm sure we'll have a lot more discussions in the panel discussion. I'll speak to you in a bit, sir. We'll get started with our event. मेरी गप्पें अगर मेरे को mic दे दो तो you'll be here all night. So that's not going to work a lot of us, I think. All right. Before I formally begin the evening, may I please request everyone to kindly stand for the national anthem. Roshan, can we have the national anthem, please?
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे माता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की थोड़ी सी एनर्जी थोड़ी सी कम है बट लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड गुड evening everyone. I normally get 2.5 replies today, though not even that. My name is Sonika Chopra. I've been doing this for a few years now, fifth or the sixth time. Very grateful to Eggfirst Advertising for landing me in this because it's always fun. I go back enriched. I go back feeling so excited about the future of Bharat. Kindly settle down. May I please request everyone to kindly keep your phones on silent? If not, shut. There's an announcement for networking ki chopar, a scanner behind your ID cards. Will you please scan that and have a look? All right. Now that I have been, my izzat has been put in the mitti because nobody replied, I'm going to ask you to please look at each other's faces. Clearly, you don't like mine. And let's start this evening on a happy note. So, you will please join me in saying good evening in the same weird way I did. I believe it opens up your chakras and does some healing and brings happy energy into the room. So, please find a face in the room that you like, even if it is somebody else's spouse. I allow you for the 5 seconds that you're going to do this. Please look at a face that you like, smile, And at the count of 3, 2, 1, you're going to join me in saying good evening. Yes? Abhi to yes bol do. I like. The energy is improving. All right. On the count of 3, 2, 1, look at a face you like, not mine. 3, 2, 1. Good. Everyone, you actually looked away from me. Okay. I need to do this because, it just gets everybody into a mood which is not boring. It can't be. But since we are with Eggfirst, it can't be. But we just need everyone to be alert and alive because that's so much fun we are going to have listening to all the panel discussions here, listening to Eggfirst's leaps and bounds. And that reminds me, can anybody answer a question which is very simple? How many days are there in a year? ये तो जवाब दे सकते हो. Come on. It's not a trick question. All right. In 5 years, in 10 years, calculator. It's simple. Okay. Okay, let me ask you a different question. What were you doing 5 days ago? Do you remember? What were you doing 10 days ago? Okay, I need to speak to you about work-life balance. What were you doing 100 days ago? Somebody please get him a bed. You need to sleep some. What were you doing 400 days ago? All right. All right. This is not a maths class. Let me get to the point. The point is there are 7,300 days in 20 years. And these guys, Eggfirst Advertising has just completed 20 years of existence. And yes, they still remember 20 years they were putting in their heart, soul, and energy into creating marketing and advertising of a different level. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give a standing ovation to this very, very high energy advertising company that has not just done 20 years, but gone from strength to strength, creating innovation in the field of work that they do. 20 years, guys, 20 years they've been at it. Where is Ravi Banka when you need him? Mr. Ravi Banka, all right, the Eggfirst advertising team here. I need a big cheer from all of you. Woo! Congratulations to all of you. And congratulations to all of us as well, because by association, we are part of this 20 years celebration. And I'm just going to say a few lines about this. This is coming from the first team, so it's very special. शुरुआत हुई थी एक विजन से, एडवर्टाइजिंग के पैशन और मिशन से. साल दर साल जोश बढ़ता गया, क्रिएटिविटी का सिलसिला चलता गया. इन्होंने ब्रांड्स को दिए आइडियाज अद्भुत, कभी बिग बी, जूही तो कभी सोनू सूद. ये जर्नी तो अब होगी और भी कमाल. एगफर्स्ट के पूरे हुए 20 अमेजिंग साल. ऑल राइट, चलो चलो, बस चले चलो, बस चले चलो. बिकॉज रूरल और सेमी अर्बन की दुनिया से मिलते चलो, मिलते चलो, चलो करें कुछ नई बातें, इंसाइटफुल बनाएं ये मुलाकातें. क्योंकि यहीं आया है इंडस्ट्री का यहीं आए हैं इंडस्ट्री के बड़े बड़े नाम. तैयार हो जाइए, इंसाइट्स, नॉलेज और तजुर्बा वाली होगी ये आज की बहुत ही प्यारी शाम. लेट्स हैव अ बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज for Eggfirst. Himani, is Ravi sir here or should we go ahead with the influencer? Ravi sir is here? All right. All right. I have no words and I am a girl of words. I still don't have words for this very lovely man. When you meet Ravi sir, you almost believe that he is just a simple man. But behind a simple exterior, very soft, gentle spokenness, a very simple demeanor, there lies a very sharp brain, great ambition, a great love for the people he works with, a great love for the work he does. And he set such a beautiful example for his team to follow. Yes, I will embarrass you, kind sir, because you deserve all this praise.
No.
Don't talk about me, Sonika. He tells me every year. But that speaks about the greatness of a person. If the work he does and the kind of influence he has on his team and everybody that he comes in contact with is more important than praise for himself, then, ladies and gentlemen, he deserves all our praise. Yes?
Thank you.
Advertising,
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ravi Banka.
Thank you, Sonika. Thank you very much. And let me start this soon. I know we are running a little delayed. Actually, there's some amount of traffic outside, but all the same, let me get started. So, a very, very warm welcome to everybody here. I truly appreciate all of you coming, all the panelists, jury members, senior industry colleagues, client partners, Eggfirst colleagues, friends, family. तहे दिल से बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. Before I start my session today, I'm going to share a little small episode that happened a while back when I was on research with my colleague here, Patanjali. तो हम लोग गए थे एक यूपी में, सहारनपुर, and वहाँ पर I met with an old farmer. I had asked, we clicked a picture with him, and here's the person that we met with. He asked me a very sensitive, delicate question. तो उन्होंने पूछा मुझे and मेरे कलीग पतंजलि को कि आप लोग अपने पैसे कहाँ रखते हो, अपनी धन दौलत कहाँ रखते हो. तो ऑब्वियसली यू थिंक यार ये क्या डायरेक्ट पूछ रहे हैं पैसे वैसे. तो बट वी ह्यूमर्ड हिम, वी सेड हाँ जो बैंकों में होते हैं, स्टॉक्स में होते हैं, यहाँ वहाँ होते हैं. देन ही आस्क्ड कि आपको पता है कि हम कहाँ रखते हैं. एंड बिफोर दैट लेट मी आस्क यू आप लोग कहाँ रखते हो अपने पैसे, डॉक्टर डैश. Where do you keep all the monies you get from IRMA and various places? Wherever I keep more or less. संजय सर, सेम. योगेश सर, आपके पास तो 350 क्लिनिक है, आई एम श्योर. वो तो सबकी वाइफ ही रखती है, आपके पास कोई अधिकार नहीं है पैसे रखने का. बट सबके पास हम जो शहरों में रहते हैं बड़े बड़े, हम सब बैंकों में, तिजोरियों में, स्टॉक्स में, फ्लैट्स में वगैरह, दैट्स वेयर वी कीप अवर मनीज. आपको पता है, ही रिवील्ड, ही सेड कि आपको पता है हम हमारी धन दौलत संपत्ति कहाँ रखते हैं. हमारी धन दौलत संपत्ति होती है हमारे खेत खलियान. एंड हमारे खेत खलियान तो सब खुले में रहते हैं. बेमौसम बारिश, कीटों का हमला, जंगली जानवर, कोई भी कभी भी. एंड दैट, my friends, is the extent of uncertainty, anischitta, that the farmer lives with. And that is 2/3. Rural population is 2/3 of our population. India में 14 करोड़ farmers हैं. And average rural household size is 4.6. तो 14 करोड़ farmers, you multiply by 4.6, about 56-60 crore people in this country live with that kind of uncertainty every day in their lives. And बेमौसम बारिश तो एक बात है, but कभी बारिश आए किसी सीजन, कभी नहीं आए. That is that person. कभी ज्यादा बारिश आ जाए, कभी और कोई. So that's the uncertainty. Now, as marketeers, let's put ourselves in that situation and try and understand what is the extent of uncertainty, what is the kind of challenges and struggles he goes through in his life. Very, very different from what we in urban India have to contend with. आज ट्रैफिक बहुत मिल गई. That's our challenge. अरे वीकेंड पर काम करना पड़ रहा है. That's our challenge. वो सुबह 4 बजे उठकर बारिश हो, ठंड हो, बम्बई में तो ज्यादा ठंड नहीं होती, बट दिल्ली साइड, नॉर्थ में, उस सारी ठंड में, बारिश में वो काम करता है. सो ये जो इंसान है उसको तो हम एज मार्केटियर्स कंज्यूमर बोलते हैं, एंड वी आर ट्राइंग टू मार्केट टू हिम. The foremost learning for me is that these are very different people, and it is time that we understand that they are very different, and when we approach them as a marketer, we have to look at them very differently. So today, hopefully, with a lot of you people here, we've put together a very, very esteemed panel discussions, 3 of them. Sanjay Panigrahi, he's been very humble. He didn't mention much about him. He's worked in very, very senior positions at Amul. He's worked in very senior positions at Pidilite. Those organizations which have penetrated far beyond tier 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way to rural. That's where he's been, and he's been instrumental. And I'd like to thank him for that in putting this whole conclave content together. So please, one round of applause for Sanjay. Thank you, Sanjay. I also have to thank Dehati ma'am, Yashoda ji, and Madhura ma'am, who has more than 10 million followers. 10 million followers, guys. I mean, mind blowing, and she's got a million odd. They are themselves a phenomena that's already happened in this country. So, in our panel discussion with Madhura ji, who runs Madhura's Recipe as a channel, and Dehati ma'am, when you meet with them today in the panel discussion, there's a lot that I'm sure that they are going to be sharing with us. So today I am very, very hopeful, and that each of you is able to carry back something precious in terms of some knowledge, some actionable, some insight, some thought. That's what we have all worked together for. And so that's the first part. As some of you might have noticed, we invited you for Chalo Rural Conclave. लेकिन ये तो चलो भारत है. So yes, guys, because a lot of what we are going to be speaking about is to do with tier 2, 3, 4, 5 and rural. And the insights are going to be about those. We have rebranded Chalo Rural Conclave to Chalo Bharat Conclave and Awards. So that's the second thing that I'd like to share with you. One more element that I'd like to share is that Eggfirst is proud to have put together a very, very senior board of advisors for Eggfirst. So I'll just share with you a very quick presentation of the people who've agreed to be a part of our journey, who are advising us, who are guiding us, who are inspiring us. And they comprise of one, Dr. Dash himself from IRMA. So thank you, Dr. Dash. We have Siddharth Roy Kapoor, the famous movie producer, Siddharth Roy Kapoor. He's also agreed to be one of our board of advisors. So we put together a rather strong board of advisory team for us. The next is, I have the, Rishi Dada. He's the managing director of Lokmat Publications. Again, comes with extremely large number of years and decades of experience in relation to media. And that's Rishi Dada. Dr. Umesh Sarangi, he's the ex-chairman of NABARD. He's an IAS officer. He was on the board of HDFC Bank. Dr. Umakant Dash, a big round of applause. Thank you, sir, for coming here. He's the director of Indian Institute of Rural Management, Anand. And Hemendra Mathur, he's a VC Venture Capital Bharat Fund Innovation partner. So that is our board of advisors, our new board of Salakar. So thank you guys about that. So without further ado, चलो प्रोग्राम को आगे बढ़ाते हैं. एक अच्छी सी कविता सुनाते हैं. आप आए बहार आई, आप आए बहार आई. Just give me a moment. आप आए बहार आई जैसे मोरबी में मर्सिडीज कार आई. सतारा की जुबान पर स्टारबक्स की कॉफी है छाई. पठानकोट के पाजी ने अपनी हार्ली डेविडसन चलाई. दरभंगा की डॉली ने प्राडा की बैग है उठाई. बस यही नहीं, रतलाम के यंगस्टर्स भी पहन रहे हैं रीड एंड टेलर. रेबैन लगाकर रायपुर के भाई भाई देख बन रहे हैं शो स्टीलर. दार्जिलिंग में छा गया है डिजिटल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स का क्रेज. हमारे झुंझुनू में भी भाया मांगे लेस. नए भारत की इस नई तस्वीर में ग्राहक ही है किंग. सच में अब अपने भारत में सब कुछ है मुमकिन, सब कुछ है मुमकिन. ये है हमारा देश भारत। तो चलो भारत के इस अनोखे सफर में हम साथ मिलकर चलते हैं। नई सोच के इस अनोखे मंच पर बढ़ते भारत की कहानी लिखते जाएं, क्योंकि बड़े नाम पधारे हैं आज यहाँ पर। शायद ही लगती होगी बैठक कहीं ऐसी। मैं करता हूं आप सभी का तहे दिल से स्वागत। चलो शुरू करें चर्चा ताकि और बढ़ता रहे अपना भारत। थैंक यू। So over to Sonika. I'll continue with the keynote. So there's a small keynote presentation that we put together. So I'll just share that. The keynote presentation will include some perspective from a large macro standpoint about what's happening in tier 2, 3 and beyond in this country, and some very, very specific examples of how brands are reaching out. Today's conclave, the way we have designed it, is where we are trying to share as much knowledge as is possible. So the first panel discussion is around how do you enable premiumization? How do you sell to, let's say, a tier 2, there is a Kit Kat finger for 5 rupees. पहले वो 4 fingers आते थे, उसमें वो 20 रुपए का था. Can somebody afford 20 rupees? तो उसको फिर उन्होंने 2 fingers किए 10 रुपए में. अब 1 finger किया and उसको 5 रुपए में बेच रहे हैं. So a lot of these kind of thoughts and strategies, these large FMCG companies, I must tell you, the levers of the world, the levers, P&G, Dabur, then Cadbury's, they do insane levels of marketing, the extent of knowledge that they have. And the one good thing in our industry is that all of it becomes visible for us to back learn from. So, leading marketeers, they keep their pulse on what's happening in the market and therefore they are able to get ahead. But in the least, it's a good thing to see what these large marketeers are doing to be able to capture some essence of what's happening. So in today's keynote session, we will cover some macro trends. So it just puts in perspective how this nation is moving in relation to these tier 2, 3 markets and rural markets. And the second is how are some of the brands leveraging this entire shift. The shift that has happened in India is massive. Let me just get started with the presentation. The shift that's happening in India is massive. The contribution of tier 2, 3, T2 and T3 over here is referring to the GDP to tier 2 and 3. Massive untapped opportunity. Like Sanjay said, this has been going on for very long. But if I were to share some statistics, in Q2 of this financial year, already the FMCG demand in rural India is 6.1% compared to 2.8% FMCG demand growth demand in urban areas. 6.1% versus 2.8%. So there's a huge difference that's already coming about. So these marketeers, the way it has happened is that marketeers have worked aplenty, and not just marketeers. You will also see that the government has played a tremendous role. It is therefore a combination of, let's say, huge infra development, electricity, construction. So that's one angle of it. The other is digital penetration. No question about it. I think everybody here realizes that what is the extent of digital penetration. The big trigger that did that was Jio. Reliance Jio, it was launched in 2016. The way Reliance earlier, through their monsoon offers many years back, about 15 years back, had revolutionized mobile telephony by making mobile telephony affordable. That's what Jio did for the digital world. And that changed the entire landscape. And that's why today you will see that across the adoption of digital has never been the same. The rates at which India has digital data rates, they are perhaps the lowest in the world. And just recently, about maybe 2 weeks back, the government of India has announced a committee, a team of people who's likely to be reaching out to international markets to large players. Let's say, you have an Airtel here in India, or you have various other players. So this team set up by the government of India is reaching out to international large corporates to come and set up here in India, because the digital data rates in India are so low. So that's the movement, that's the extent. So this country, which at one point of time, used to be a very, very poor country, and you look at the movies that happened in 60s, 70s, 80s, that has entirely changed. The aspiration of this young India has totally changed. The median age of Indian consumer, anybody wants to take a guess? What median age, यानी पूरी हमारी 142 करोड़ की पॉपुलेशन में जो 71st करोड़ वाला बंदा होगा? 25, 27, no. 60 नहीं भाई, 16, सॉरी, हाँ नहीं, इतनी भी जवान नहीं है क्या? 28, so you were very close. 28, 28 point something. तो यानी हमारे देश की 142 करोड़ में से 71 करोड़ people are younger than 28 years old. Now that is young. That's really young. इसीलिए ये सारी विदेशी companies, everybody wants to set up here in India. So that's the audience. That's so you'll find the Nestle's and the Maggie's to they will try and leverage. Let me also ask you one more question. Do you know how many Kit Kat fingers get sold in this country? How many Kit Kat fingers get sold in the country? 1 million? No. थोड़ी और बढ़ाते हैं. कितना? More than 100 million. Who said that? All right. So 100 million is 10 crore. हम हिंदुस्तानी करोड़ में बात करते हैं, लोगों को थोड़ा, मुझे करोड़ बेटर समझ में आता है. तो 10 crore, more than that. यानी सोचो इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन, अगेन आई ऑलवेज ट्राई एंड पुट इट इन अ कॉन्टेक्स्ट, 140 crore, 142 crore हमारी पॉपुलेशन. गुड दैट द ग्रोथ रेट इज डिक्लाइनिंग. इट्स नाउ एट द ग्रोथ रेट इज लेस देन 1%. बट एनीवेज दैट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग. 142 crore में Nestle has sold 42 crore fingers, Kit Kat fingers, 42 crore. That is marketing. That is marketing. And that health is a different discussion altogether, chini, sugar, vagera, vagera. So we'll keep out of that. So large FMCG companies, they work up plenty and they go all the way to grassroots levels. Changing demographics, I mentioned a little bit about that. Digital leapfrog. Guys, I mean, the way digital has gone in, just a few months back, I was on a research in Baramati. And in our various discussions, I was talking to a retailer. He said कि आप जैसी मार्केटिंग कंपनीज आते हैं और आप लोग ये सारा इतने पोस्टर वगैरह लगाते हो. आप लोग इतने पोस्टर्स क्यों लगाते हो? पोस्टर आते हो, आप लगा के जाते हो, आप दुकान से बाहर नहीं गए, दूसरा आके वो पोस्टर निकाल के दूसरा लगा देता है. तो आप लोग डिजिटल पे क्यों नहीं करते? मैंने डिजिटल, सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड. ही सेड डिजिटल. सर आजकल तो हर किसान के पास मोबाइल है. हर किसान वो इंस्टाग्राम, यूट्यूब पे देखता है और वो देख करके उसकी फोटो लेकर के यहाँ आता है और बोलता है कि भैया हमको ये कीटनाशक दे दो. That is the extent of digital. Let's understand. It's totally changed. And this is coming from a dealer. So big round of applause to what's happening in this country, guys. Let's change our lens altogether. So then I took a small video of his, कि आपका एक video लेता हूँ, and a 2-minute video, and I captured that, and I shared that across. But that's the extent of change that's happening in this country. So smartphones, internet access, big time. I'm going to just share 2 slides on smartphones, or internet access. The total internet connections in this country is 89 active internet users. Active internet users. ये active internet users की definition थोड़ी सी loose है. जिसने पिछले 1 महीने में भी अगर internet use किया है, it is defined as it is defined as active internet user. 89 crore. Now, urban connections 40. Rural connections, which is now far ahead of urban, which is 49 crore internet connections. Okay. Now, the average rural household size as of last year was 2.3. Sorry, average household rural size was 4.3. So, what that translates to is that on an average, every rural household has 2.3 internet connections. Once again, every rural household average has 2.3 internet connections. ठीक है, यूपी बिहार जैसे states में the penetration is much lower. Your Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, very, very high levels of penetration. Very high levels of penetration. But all the same, what is the average? 2.3. यानी हर घर में 2.3 active internet connections. Now, so it's a given. जैसे पहले टीवी रहता था, लोग न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते थे या आउटडोर देखते थे. That's the extent. So I think this is a done topic. There's no need to discuss this or ever have a look at that. Now, just a little bit deeper about what are they doing. Indic languages. So ये जो Indic languages is our हमारी भाषाएं. So 57% of consumers have a preference or they have gone and consumed Indic content. एक तो first of all, most of the content, unfortunately, still, I mean, I have to admit, Eggfirst की website, that's also in English. We don't have a Hindi website. But the extent of, let's say, vernacular content consumption is massive. I'm sure all of you will understand. I'm not talking about, let's say, a Marathwada or a Vidarbh. Even if you just go out to a Vasai or Palghar, would a person not want to talk in Marathi than talk in Hindi? You don't have to go too far. So when he is comfortable, he or she is comfortable in talking in Marathi or Tamil or whatever, Punjabi or Gujarati, why should we as marketeers not build more and more content on that? Oftentimes what happens is because we are more comfortable with English, hum sara kaam fir English. But, as marketeers, if we change that lens, it will be helpful. What are they doing? They are watching videos, they are listening to music. So you're watching videos, YouTube and your Instagram reels. जो बॉम्बे में आप लोगों को दिखते हैं ना, रिक्शे वाले के पास भी वो रिक्शे पे भी आगे वो लगा के रखता है. So that has penetrated rural India significantly. When we also go, on our research studies, this is exactly what we see, and we see that aplenty. Listening to music is a big one. Social networking, yes. WhatsApp. आप विश्वास नहीं करोगे, आज हमने we have a small 3-minute video for you from Mayank Gandhi. He is a massive social activist and उन्होंने बहुत सारा काम किया है रूरल इंडिया में. तो we have his words about the extent to which a farmer or anybody, up to that level is consuming digital and what are they doing. So social networking for them partly is your Facebook, but significantly it is WhatsApp. Massively it is WhatsApp. Per farmer. And when I say farmer, I mean it's going all the way down there. So it includes the tier 2, 3. हम जो शहरों में रहते हैं हम तो हैं ही हैं. But all the way you have your farmer also will be on multiple WhatsApp groups. And that's how they are engaging. Online shopping. So I will share some data. 33 crore online shoppers. Indians are really, bargain hunters in that sense. To the best of my experience, we have still not been able to crack the code in relation to online shopping for rural India. Okay. Tier 2, 3, absolutely fully. But the cost of logistics is, I think, the biggest impediment. It is not that, कोई दूर दराज कहीं रहता है तो, it's not that he doesn't want to buy online. And the Amazons and the Flipkarts of the world have enough muscle to go down all the way to the last leg, but the delivery is still an issue. So the country is working on that, building delivery networks. So as and when that happens, but we already have 33 crore online shoppers. Cash on delivery, 10.5 crores. Voice commands, interestingly, 1 in 5 user uses voice commands. Now, so the voice command also includes ये Facebook, WhatsApp पे, voice message भेजते हैं, कुठपर्यंत पोचलाय तुम्ही, मी इकडे उभा आहे, that kind of thing rather than typing. So that's how consumers are using it. So and that's being used aplenty. Online news consumption. So we have Sanjeev Mulchandani here. I don't know if he's come here already from TV9. He's on one of our panel discussions. So we'll learn from him how is TV online news, TV versus online news consumption happening. What's happening? AI chatbots usage is on the rise. Though I have to admit that the experience of online chatbots is still relatively poor. It is still poor, but with the kind of the world's resources being put into this domain, it is going to change the game altogether. And I suspect that in 2 years' time, you will get very, very good quality AI driven output. Already a lot of good things happening on AI. I was talking to Santosh from Yes Bank. He must be here somewhere. So he was mentioning that even in banking, let's say, if you don't have a credit report from somebody, okay, uh, of let's say somebody you want to give some amount of credit, 2 5 हजार 20 हजार जो भी, AI can pull together a lot of other data. उनका मोबाइल यूसेज कितना है, उनके पास गाड़ी है क्या या मोटरसाइकिल है क्या, वो कितना पेट्रोल भराते हैं, and so on so forth. And all of this data put together can give you a reasonably good picture of how credit worthy that person might be. Let's get to the marketing part of it. All said and done, India continues to be a nation driven by emotions. India is decidedly, totally a country driven by emotions. And if you just think about some large brands, uh, any of these large brands or their brand campaigns, they are oftentimes driven by emotions. So, large brands, organizations, a Lifebuoy, an Amul, a Dabur Chyawanprash, these are all very, very large brands. I mean, Dabur, for instance, Dabur Red and a few other brands will be in the zone of selling about 1,000 to 1,500 crores per annum. There'll be some brands less than 1,000 crores that Dabur has. Overall revenue is about 11,000, 12,000 crores. That's the massive size of these organizations when they are trying to reach out into tier 2, 3 and beyond. And they've done a fantastic job. But from a marketeer standpoint, this is one thing that I'd like to share with everybody, which is that uh, storytelling is not going away anywhere. Storytelling is not going away anywhere. People oftentimes look at, what is going to be my cost per reach, digital में CPM इतना कम कर दिया, ये कर दिया. But what is the point of an exposure that does not leave a meaningful impression? What is the point of that exposure? Instead of that, it's far better if, somebody creates a meaningful impression and connects with the consumer. And that's what these large brands do. They connect with consumers. And that's what Levers, so Levers Lifebuoy, you might have, heard of how, Lifebuoy has an initiative which is about help a child reach until 5 years of age. कई सारे बच्चे रूरल एरियाज में स्पेशली they die of diarrhea, because of bad sanitation and so on and so forth. Now that changes entirely if a Levers goes and promotes health and hygiene. So that's what the Levers, Amuls, the Daburs do. Then in relation to health and see, there's one more thing which is about, let's say, what a Tata Salt will do. Tata Salt is packaged salt. देश में हमारी 140 करोड़ की जनसंख्या जो है वो पहले क्या यूज करती थी? ओपन सॉल्ट. What is Tata Salt and all other salts trying to do? Move them to packaged salt. मसाला हम घरों में कूटते थे या बल्क में लेके ओपन में लाते थे. What are masala brands trying to do? Move them to packaged. Now, one of the very beautiful initiatives that, let's say, Tata Salt does, or one of the very beautiful initiatives that, let's say, your Colgate does, is they go ahead and they educate customers. Tata Salt will go and talk about the issues about iron deficiency, and इस वजह से आपको shift करना चाहिए. They make full use of the government machinery, not in any wrong way, but they go ahead and they promote this big time. Likewise, a Colgate, they've partnered with governments like UP state government, Goa state government, and various others, and they are spreading the message of dental hygiene. Now, these messages, when they spread out into the market, they are very, very nicely absorbed by the consumers, and the consumer develops a nice emotional bond with the brand, saying, हाँ ये टाटा वाले अच्छे लोग हैं, इन्होंने हमको टाटा सॉल्ट के बारे में बताया, आयोडीन डेफिशिएंसी के बारे में बताया. उसी तरीके से कोलगेट, they will also get an attraction कि हाँ, कोलगेट वालों ने बताया. So obviously the first choice of a consumer when he's moving out from using a dental or something else into a toothpaste will convert itself into a toothpaste customer. Anganwadis, I must mention, they make a use of Anganwadis. Some of you may know, some of you may not. Anganwadis are, like a semi-healthcare setup in rural areas. Anybody want to take a guess how many Anganwadis are there in this country? हमारे यहाँ कुछ छोटा तो होता ही नहीं है. Priya would know. Priya, मोटा मोटी 13.9 लाख आंगनवाड़ीज. हर आंगनवाड़ी में 2 लोग रहते हैं, एक सीनियर एक जूनियर. उनकी सीनियर की पगार 20,000, जूनियर की पगार 10,000, 20 या 21,000 सीनियर की. That's the kind of monies that the government is pumping. Now you look at 30,000 rupees per month, which is 3.5 lakh rupees. You multiply that by this 13.9 lakh. Lakh into lakh, I don't know how many thousands or lakhs of crores it happens. वहां तो मेरी गणित भी नहीं जाती. But that's the amount of investment. Now point is that ये 13 लाख जो आंगनवाड़ीज है, ये कहाँ पर है? ये सारे हमारे गाँव में है. So if a brand is large enough and they are able to leverage some amount of these Anganwadis by doing good, let's say dental hygiene के बारे में बात करें, they are not necessarily promoting their brand, पर उनके brand का logo रहेगा ना वहाँ. So automatically this gives you a massive network to go and penetrate deep to the consumer there. Now from a branding standpoint, so regional products, flavors, very, very important. This is doing a lot. So let's say Domino's. How many of you are Domino's, customers here? Lots of them. When I was in my last job, I was called the president of the Domino's Fan Association. So I used to eat a lot of Domino's. I have reduced since, thankfully. Domino's, as a good marketing company, what have they done? They have launched special flavors, chicken chili in Bengal. They have launched some mutton sausage pizza in Northeast and so on. That's catering to local taste. That's what brands are doing. Influencers, self-help groups, and local kirana stores, they have a lot that they build on, and brands can do very well to leverage them. I'm sure जो agri inputs वाले हैं, a lot of brands, Dhareshwar sir, Gulshan ji, you will all agree, retailer का अच्छा खासा पकड़ रहता ही है कस्टमर के ऊपर. ऑफ कोर्स जो आप लोगों ने ब्रांड्स बिल्ड किए हैं, बेयर, सल्फर एंड वेरियस अदर्स, तो ब्रांड्स की अपनी ताकत है. सी दैट्स हाउ यू कैन change and influence, change the influence of a retailer in your favor if your brand is strong. Micro entrepreneurship is another thing that happens in these markets. You have village level entrepreneurs, VLEs. There's organizations called FPOs, farmer producer organizations. Now these, again, the government is putting massive effort and changing a lot of laws etc. to promote FPOs. तो ये सारी संगठनें होती है जिनके थ्रू brands can reach out to consumers. Local influencers, ये this is an amazing thing. आज हमारे साथ बड़े influencers हैं. I'm sure we'll learn a lot from them. Influencers, one interesting thing that happens in India is if you read something on छपा हुआ on a newspaper, you feel हाँ ये सच ही होगा. Somehow we tend to trust it. Not only that, आजकल जो reels भी आते हैं ना हमारे इंस्टाग्राम पे, इस पे उस पे, सबको लगता है कि यार ये सच ही होगा. So for instance, just recently I was shared one video कि कान में ये ब्लूटूथ वाला ये लगाने से it's not good for health. So question is, वो do you want to believe that? You don't want to believe that? Now a marketeer like me, I will question everything, but every consumer doesn't question. So they will start to feel that way. So influencers have a lot of influence on consumers, lot of influence, and they are followed. जैसे celebrities के पीछे पहले एक दौड़ लगी रहती थी. Now influencers, can you imagine, 10 million followers, मधुरा जी, 10 million followers यानी 1 करोड़ लोग. देश की जनसंख्या 142 करोड़, उसमें से 1 करोड़ लोग उनका वीडियो देखना चाहते हैं. दे हैव सब्सक्राइब कि जैसे ही मैडम ने एक वीडियो डाला, मुझे उसका टिंग आना चाहिए. एंड यशोदा जी, जिनको online she is known as Dehati ma'am, and I must say, she comes from Prayagraj, Allahabad. Okay, एकदम simple. but ऐसी फर्राटेदार इंग्लिश, absolutely amazing. Big round of applause for both our influencers. मधुरा जी प्लीज. सो इनका आपके साथ तारुफ कराएंगे कुछ देर में. सॉरी वी आर रनिंग लेट बट विल ट्राई एंड स्पीड अप एज सून एज वी कैन. बट प्लीज सिट. तो बैठिए ना. थैंक यू. बैठ जाइए मैम. तो ऐसी इंग्लिश की पूछो मत, और इनके ऐसे रेसिपीज. इनके साथ जो आज हमारे पैनल डिस्कशन में सुशांत जो हमारे क्रिएटिव डायरेक्टर हैं, ही मेड अ स्पेशल रिक्वेस्ट कि रवि उनका जो इन्फ्लुएंसर का पैनल डिस्कशन होगा उसमें मुझे, आई वांट टू इंटरव्यू हर. आई सेड फैंटास्टिक. सो वो पूछो मत. आई विल नॉट बी सरप्राइज इफ ही आस्क यू, आपने वो वाली रेसिपी दी थी उसमें धनिया पहले डालना था या पुदीना बाद में डालना था. सो दैट्स द लव. दैट्स द लव दैट दे गेट. इंसिडेंटली आप में से काफी लोगों ने अनुपमा देखा होगा सीरियल. कितने लोगों ने अनुपमा सीरियल देखा है? बहुत सारे लोगों ने एटलीस्ट सुना तो होगा. सो रूपाली गांगुली इज द लीड एक्ट्रेस देयर. Incidentally, she's also my college batchmate. So just this morning, I called her and we were talking about something, and she happened to mention, the kind of crazy fan following she has. Mind blowing. And do you know the kind of brands that she has endorsed, right from levers to Tata Salt to, I mean, just crazy. Just crazy. So that's the power, guys, of influencers. So right from influencers who have only 1,000 followers up to millions and millions of followers. So brands would do very well by associating with the right kind of influencers and leveraging that for their brand. And you have these platforms like a Moj and Josh and others. One more important thing, make local heroes. Make local heroes. So Amul, for instance, what they do is Amul and a few others also, they go down deep into villages. वहाँ की स्कूल को पकड़ते हैं, स्कूल के प्रोफेसर को बोलते हैं कि सर आपको आपके जो बच्चे हैं 7th 8th 9th 10th के जो फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड आते हैं, लेट अस गिव देम सम सर्टिफिकेट. तो एक कॉमन मास में बच्चों को सर्टिफिकेट दिया जाता है, प्रोफेसर्स को भी कुछ ना कुछ नॉट मनी बट सम काइंड ऑफ सम्मान. हर इंसान सम्मान का भूखा है, तो वो सम्मानित करते हैं तो ब्रांड उतनी दूर तक पहुंचता है. सो दीज आर वेज. एंड फिर आजकल डिजिटल हो गया तो वो उसको फिर आप सोशल डिजिटल के द्वारा उसको और फेमस कर दो. Sharp targeting via digital. Now, I will, a lot of panel discussions on this. So I'm just going to leave you with one thought. How I see digital. Television, print, and outdoor, the traditional media, they are a little like bombs. वो बॉम्ब डाला उतना पूरा एरिया टारगेट हो गया. उसमें बच्चे, बूढ़े, अमीर, गरीब, you can't target too much. Shashi is laughing here. I'm sure he has a view about it, and we'd love to hear that, Shashi. On the other hand, an activation that you do, a BTL activation, जहाँ समझो सैम्पलिंग है, वेट सैम्पलिंग है एंड वगैरह वगैरह, in those it is almost like a rifle. You pick one, you nail him. You pick another, you nail him. You make sure that that consumer has that experience of your brand that you desire. वो गिट्स का गुलाब जामुन खाया, या फिर हमारे वसंत मसाला, हमारे क्लाइंट हैं, नेमी जी आए हुए हैं यहाँ, तो हमारे वसंत मसाला का पानी पूरी का हम लोग वेट सैम्पलिंग करते हैं, या चाय का हमारा वेट सैम्पलिंग करते हैं, तो कंज्यूमर को लगता है यार ये पानी पूरी अच्छी है तो मैं पैकेट खरीद लूं. दैट इज वेट सैम्पलिंग. इट इज वन ऑन वन. Digital is in the middle of both. It is like a machine gun fire. It is not a bomb. It is not a rifle sniper attack. It is like a machine gun. You can target a cohort or a group of people that you wish to in a specified geography, gender, this, that. And आप लोगों को पता ही होगा, there's a lot of talk about Uber and various others. जिनका iOS, Apple का phone है, they charge more, rides में. So I don't know how much that is true or not, but that's that there. Rural per capita income is low. So let's, जो एकदम निचले तबके पर है, they will prefer that we have less cost वाले SKUs. On the other hand, what you could do with tier 2, 3 is create aspirational products. They are willing to pay a little more. They are willing to pay a little more. Sunsilk sells 1 rupee का shampoo sachet. So what brands have done is उनकी क्वांटिटी वो कम करते गए, सैशे की साइज छोटी करते गए, एंड लेकिन प्राइस पॉइंट 1 रुपया 5 रुपया 10 रुपया, 1 रुपया 5 रुपया 10 रुपया. वो जोन में sampling is the superpower, guys. Sampling is the superpower for brands. Now, even if it is a BFSI brand, you know, how do you reach out to consumers? How do you get them to experience something about you? And of course, for FMCG brands, there's no question, sampling is the superpower. It gets you an entry into the kitchen. It gets you an entry into the wardrobe. It gets you an entry into the cabinet, into the home, into the family. So if you are able to sample, the brand is able to reach out far. Children is a big influencers, guys, so that I think makes a big difference. So children in for various brands, various categories, is definitely worth targeting. The future, I'm just going to cover this in one slide. A lot of AI driven personalization is going to be happening, phygital integration is going to be happening, and sustainability as a differentiator. So, you know, consumers are these days willing to pay a little more for products which go for sustainability. But honestly, as a marketeer, I have seen that only as an urban phenomena. I have not seen that go to tier 2 3 etc. And rural mein to bilkul nahi. You know, as per some statistic, almost some 46% or 47% non-biodegradable waste was being generated by FMCG companies. It's not easy for them to change into something biodegradable already. So that, guys, brings me to the end of my keynote session. Thank you very much for being a very patient audience. If anybody has any questions, I can quickly answer one or two. Otherwise, we'll move on to our next session. एक दोबारा छोटी सी कविता, because we are an ad agency, we write a lot of poetries. So Amit Gupta here from our team, he's written this very nicely for us. देखी आपने भारत की बदलती तस्वीर, देखी आपने भारत की बदलती तस्वीर, पर सच में ये तो बस एक झांकी है। आज चर्चा करेंगे, खुलेंगे रास्ते, आज चर्चा करेंगे, खुलेंगे रास्ते। दोस्तों, पूरी पिक्चर तो अभी बाकी है। तो चलो बढ़ें पैनल डिस्कशंस की ओर, क्योंकि ये भारत मांगे मोर। थैंक यू गाइस।
Eye-opening keynote, and thank you to the writers in the team. You make my life easier. I don't have to think of any shairi. Let's get on with the evening. We have the first panel discussion. Uh, the topic is decoding price sensitivity in rural consumers, a crucial conversation for marketers. This is going to be really interesting. How do rural consumers perceive value? And are they willing to pay a premium for products that truly resonate with their needs? It's a privilege to introduce Mr. Sanjay Panigrahi, a visionary leader with an extraordinary legacy in business leadership, organizational transformation, and rural development. With over 38 years of diverse experience across FMCG, ICT enabled e commerce, and rural ecosystems, Mr. Panigrahi has consistently driven innovation, built brands, and transformed organizations. His illustrious career spans pivotal leadership roles, including Chief Customer Officer at Pidilite, where he spearheaded the growth of iconic brands like Fevicol, and Chief Executive Officer of Sahaj E Village, where he developed a vibrant network of over 30,000 rural IT entrepreneurs, creating a unique public private partnership model for delivering essential services to rural India. He's also served as a key leader at Amul for over 2 decades and helped them get the National Quality Award in 2001. Currently serving as an independent director and advisor to various boards, bringing the deep expertise in building ecosystems, nurturing talent, and fostering organizational cultures. An alumnus of IRMA, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the moderator of the next very important discussion, Mr. Sanjay Panigrahi. Can we have you on the stage, please? I'll now introduce the other panelists. Professor Dr. Umakant Dash, Director, Institute of Rural Management. There's a lot of happy, strong energy there. It's my absolute honor to introduce an exceptional leader, an academic visionary. He's the director of the Institute of Rural Management, Anand, IRMA. With over 4 decades of groundbreaking contributions to rural management, Dr. Dash has been steering IRMA toward innovative and sustainable solutions for India's rural development since 2021. He served as a professor at the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, for nearly 16 years, and he's been a visiting associate professor at University Uttara, Malaysia. Dr. Dash's illustrious career is decorated with accolades, including the 2024 IRMA Cable Noria Award for Academic Leadership in Management Education. In his current role, Dr. Dash leads IRMA in fostering innovative solutions for rural India, equipping future leaders with tools to address the unique challenges of rural and small town markets. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Dr. Dash. Next up is a distinguished leader in the field of agriculture and crop science, Mr. Srinivasakumar Karavadi, currently serving as the president of Inera. He has played pivotal roles in some of the world's most renowned organizations. Prior to his current role, Mr. Karavadi was in the commercial unit South for Bayer's Crop Science Division. He led the division and had operations across India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. His leadership has driven transformative initiatives in rice, seed, and crop management. His expertise lies in creating impactful go to market strategies and sustainable solutions tailored to the agricultural and rural markets. Today, we have the great fortune of having me, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mr. Srinivas Karavadi. A marketing powerhouse and dynamic leader, Mr. Hemanth Vasudevan, currently serving as the Vice President and Head of Marketing at Ninjacart. He's at the forefront of driving growth, innovation, and brand strategy for one of India's most impactful agri-tech platforms. At Ninjacart, that sounds very solid, Ninjacart, right? He leads a team of 25 overseeing brand, growth, product marketing, and public relations for various business verticals, including Ninja Mandi, Ninja Kirana, and Ninja Kisan. His mission to better lives for every agri citizen has taken rural India forward with leveraging technology to unlock growth and creating new opportunities. He's held leadership roles as at Ola, IBM, and GSK Consumer Healthcare, where he spearheaded great initiatives in brand management, digital marketing, and consumer engagement. Hemant's track record in building all this has been so strong that he has become an invaluable speaker for us today. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not hear the applause, which should have been natural for that kind of achievement. Welcome, sir. Seasoned leader and expert in market research and technology, Mr. Biswapriya Bhattacharjee, with over 22 years of experience, is currently the director of B2B and technology at Kantar, one of world's leading data and insights companies. His work spans technology, research across IT hardware, software services, enterprise businesses, and the fast evolving digital space. Mr. Bhattacharjee has held several key leadership roles, including Executive VP and VP, where he's been instrumental in bridging the worlds of B2B and B2C research through both qualitative and quantitative methodologies. He's been instrumental in shaping research strategies for rural and small town India, helping organizations understand the unique needs and behaviors of these markets. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the very accomplished Mr. Biswapriya Bhattacharjee. Now let's hand it over to Mr. Panigrahi to unravel the mysteries of rural consumer behavior in this session. How do rural consumers perceive value, and are they willing to pay a premium for products that truly resonate with their needs? Will they buy products that cost relatively more? Let's have an interesting conversation. And dear sir, if you will kindly allow me to say these words, can we stick to a 30-minute talk so that we can go on? Yes, that's you got me exactly. 30 minutes for you, kind sir. Over to you. Do you need is it the tech team? Is this the pointer in his hand, please? Can we give him a collar mic, please? Sir, he'll just get you a collar mic. Give us 5 seconds. A collar mic from the tech team, please.
Okay, this is okay. Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome, and we'll try to stick to the time. Uh, so, what I would do is we have very specific, very nuanced questions to each of the panelists, and we'll try to get the wisdom of their expertise in the areas which is related to the question rather than speaking wholesome. But I would like to throw 5 or 6 challenges which I see in rural India as a precursor. And you may like to think about it because why I'm doing this is a specific objective is a rural mostly a lot of things are hidden and you do not come to know. And you tend to misread the market more than you read it. It is only after you go and burn your fingers you come to know that what is actually the truth. So there are few questions I will give. I call them as rural riddles. 5 questions. I will just lead these 5 questions to give a perspective of rural, of the areas which I think people miss out. The marketeers miss out. This doesn't work. Yeah, ये question 2 में आ गया. पीछे कैसे जाऊं? Yeah. Yeah. So there are 5 questions I'm asking. First is that is rural potential or populous? Is it a potential market or it's just people? Second question is that are there different areas or different districts, rich districts, poor districts, and aspirational districts? If there are, as a marketeer, is your target marketing specific to the geography where you are marketing? Right. Third question that we ask is that how do rural consumer earn money? Where does his money come from? We used to learn that if there is a bad monsoon, it will go into stress. And the good monsoon and it is coming, it's okay. But if you look at the figures, only 33% of the rural income today comes from the agriculture. Entire country's GDP is only 19% is from agriculture. So those facts do not actually say things about rural inflation. Number 4, is digital revolution for real? We are talking about, there are many examples. Is it for real or are we not seeing some trends? As a marketeer, should we be conscious about them? Or ये सब तो सुन लिया, our friend was saying, the young friend was saying, what's new? Every time we hear, if you read the chairman's report of many top companies, every report there will be one paragraph by rural, and if you put the last 10 annual reports and those paragraphs in conjunction, you will find very rare difference, very very little difference. So is it because nothing has changed, or is it because we do not see the change? Or many companies will not like to share the change with you, right? First riddle number 1. If there is in Uttar Pradesh, if you are marketing, there are 70 districts, 30 are prosperous, 20 are aspirational, and 20 are poor, and you have a product. How do you take the product? Will the consumer in all the 3 districts behave the same way if your product is priced at 50 rupees? That's the question. Digital is everywhere. Rain also comes, monsoon almost comes in the same way. Then how do you market? Second riddle. This is the rural density of the country. If you see Uttar Pradesh is at the top, but is that important? My question, potential or populous? It is populous, but is it potential? Let's come to the potential. If you come to the potential, something called a market potential value, which was done by R.K. Swami, you will find Uttar Pradesh again is at the top with the highest potential of rural, right? But if you divide it by the population, you will find that Uttar Pradesh will come to point number 9. So what do you want? You want a lot of people, or you want people with purchasing power? As a marketeer, what do you look at? Next question. If you see this graph, you put the rural monthly per capita expenditure on 1 and the growth of monthly per capita. This is 2012 data. 2024 will be almost similar. Where is Uttar Pradesh? Uttar Pradesh is at the bottom. Means that even if it is the highest number of people, it is not one of the most prosperous state for a marketeer. So do we look at that data? And which at the top? That this side. Haryana, Punjab, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, AP, Gujarat, Rajasthan is in, and these are the poorer states: Chhattisgarh, UP, West Bengal, MP, and Jharkhand. Now, if you are a marketeer and because your home is in Jharkhand and you want to do a lot of development of Jharkhand and you have put up a factory in Jharkhand, where do you go? पैसा ही नहीं, कुआं के अंदर पानी ही नहीं है तो निकलेगा क्या? Those questions we don't ask, and we jump into certain decisions. And then we do. So we used to do it enough number of time in corporate. झारखंड का बीएम को पूछेंगे तेरा बिकता क्यों नहीं है यार, तेरा डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होता ही नहीं है वहां पे, उत्तर प्रदेश इतना बड़ा जगह है, तेरा डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर ही नहीं है. Are we at the right? I asked this question for 30 years. And my boss never told me because he was blind, I was blind. One blind leads the other. So there are some questions that you need to ask on this. Next, third question, rural consumer, where does that income come from? पैसा कहां से rural consumer के पास आता है? Agriculture, down. Only 37% of rural income comes from agriculture, and that is going down and down. People are not earning by agriculture. Number two, manufacturing 10% down. You say कि सर इतना फैक्ट्री खोल गया, मेक इन इंडिया हो गया, होता क्यों नहीं है? इसलिए नहीं होता है कि रोबोटिक्स काम कर रहा है, लोगों को नौकरी नहीं मिल रहा है. फैक्ट्री बड़ा बड़ा दिखाई देता है, अंदर में 100 आदमी काम कर रहे हैं, जहां पे पहले 1000 आदमी काम. सो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इज इनकम इनएलास्टिक. थर्ड, कंस्ट्रक्शन गोइंग अप. गवर्नमेंट पैसा खर्चा करता है, जितना लोगों को मिलता है कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटी करता है, ऊपर जाता है. सर्विसेज इंक्रीज बाय 20%. सोशल सेक्टर फंडिंग, गवर्नमेंट पैसा देता है, ये स्कीम वो पैसा जाता है. अर्बन टू रूरल ट्रांसमिशन, जितना माइग्रेटेड वर्कर आते हैं, ऑलमोस्ट इंडिया का एवरेज है 10,912 रुपीज. एवरी माइग्रेंट वर्कर जो आता है उत्तर प्रदेश से, हम जिसको भैया बोलते हैं यहाँ पे, या बिहार से आता है, घर में 10,912 रुपया हर महीना भेजता है. दैट ऑल्सो एड्स. दिस इज हाउ द रूरल इनकम इज टेकिंग. तो आप लोग जितना सामान बेच रहे हो, यहीं से पैसा आता है. इफ यू हैव दिस डेटा state-wise or district-wise as a marketeer, does it help? That's the question I'm asking. And if you are a marketeer, do not have this data. If you have this data, if you are an urban marketeer, but rural perhaps not, then digital at rural. Banka bhai just said about that. What's the truth? Look at the number of, this is May 24 data by TRII. Last line, number of internet subscriber, 55 crore of Indian population out of 53 crores. They have got internet subscriber, more than one. People have more than one internet at home, and rural is only 39.8 crores. Now, if you look at this number of people using internet, men in rural area is 37%, women is 28%. It was very low. It was 2% in 2012. So now it has come to 28%. Now marry this to Lagarde district, aspirational district, and the prosperous district. Now, as a marketeer, when you do a sharp marketing, the question that I will leave to my panel is that when you look at this data and the micro level data like this, as a marketeer, what kind of decisions when I take when I do a product where I want to charge 10% more and give 20% more value? One of my earlier colleagues, Pradeep Kashyap, always used to see, रूरल एरिया में मार्केट करना है ना आपको कोई माल का, तो एक सिंपल रूल है. बोला सर क्या? ना 75% जो अर्बन एरिया का प्रोडक्ट है उसका 75% क्वालिटी भर दो उसमें और उसका प्राइस 50% कर दो. सिंपल. बट द रूरल कंज्यूमर इज नॉट विलिंग फॉर 75%. ही सेज कि मुझे 90% चाहिए या सेम चाहिए. So let's go back, gentlemen. So these were the questions, and this is what is new. The new is only the rural consumer today doesn't want to settle for less. He wants to stretch for more. He does not want to be reluctant or avoidance. He wants to seek experience. He does not say not for us. He says I want affordable indulgence. मुझे एक 5 रुपया वाला KitKat चाहिए. No value judgment here, gentlemen. Please don't get into that zone of rural poor है, इतने लोग गरीब हैं, क्या होगा. मैं उस जोन में जाना नहीं चाहता because ये कॉन्फ्रेंस का वो ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं है. उसके लिए मेरा दूसरा कैसेट है, वो दूसरा कॉन्फ्रेंस में जाता तो उसको चलाता हूँ, ये नहीं चलाता वहां पे. ओके, And the third one is destiny driven, designed to fate. हमारा क्या होगा, गरीब हैं, वो हिंदी पिक्चर पुराना जमाने में आता था ना, तो वो पिक्चर नहीं है अभी। अभी वो बोलता है स्ट्रगलिंग एंड एस्पायरिंग फॉर बेटर लाइफ, सिंपल नीड्स अर्लियर एंड टुडे यू से स्टेट्स द नीड ऑफ द आवर। तो ये कहानी के साथ में my question to the panel will be, which will be in different shapes and structure. Will rural consumers invest in long-term gains or stick to immediate affordability? Is the digital shift making rural consumers value-driven rather than price-sensitive? मेरे पास में WhatsApp में मैसेज आता है, वही माल 5 रुपए में मिलता है, मैं इसको क्यों खरीदूं? पहले 7 रुपए में खरीदता था, लेकिन मैं अभी खरीदूंगा नहीं। ये सोचता है, या ये सोचता है कि नहीं नहीं साथ में मिलता है तो मेरा प्रोडक्ट बेटर है, वो ब्रांड नया है, मुझे क्या मालूम ब्रांड कैसा होगा। 3. Can premium price working work in rural markets with trust and cultural alignment? 4th, is price sensitivity in rural a myth for certain rural categories? Last, affordability and aspiration, can they coexist in rural India? So, gentlemen, these are my questions. I happily toss the hot potato of discussion to our esteemed panelists. There's a lot of conflict, but there are a lot of aspirations. And I have burnt my fingers in rural and also have gained subsequently. I worked in 3 companies, 21 years in Amul, 12 years in Fevicol, and 5 years in a company which was completely in rural area called Sahaj. My 5 years experience over there is 3x of what I learned in Amul and Fevicol. 3x. 5 साल में मैं जो सीखा, क्योंकि स्टैंडर्ड कंपनी में आप नौकरी करोगे ना, वही चीज को आपको कराता रहेगा। तो वी कॉल स्पेशलाइजेशन। करते रहे, चेयरमैन मीटिंग, एमडी रिव्यू मीटिंग, वो रिव्यू मीटिंग, क्वार्टरली कैडेंस, सेल्स कैडेंस, अरे सीख के थक गया मैं। वैसे करते करते जनरल मैनेजर बन गया, लेकिन यहाँ पे काम किया, नाक रगड़ गया जो मैं सीखा 5 साल में। So that is why what you learn from this gentleman, sir, please, audience, I will ask you not to disturb them during the panel discussion. Please note down your questions, and we will also circulate to all of you who are attending a summary of whatever they are saying. Google is work on the behind the scene. It will make a complete summary. We'll send you a document which will tell you what are they saying. But please write down your nuanced questions, very specific question. Don't ask overall. Overall, all of us know यार 70% of India population lives there. इतना % GDP आता है. सुन के थक गए, आप भी थक गए, मैं भी थक गया. तो nuanced question जो है वो जरूर आप उनके लिए रखिए, and I will encourage you to ask more questions specific to your brand, specific to categories, which will make the discussions more lively. Thank you. So, first question is to Umakant Saab, Director of IRMA. Sir, you have spent years understanding socio-economic dynamics of rural India. You have seen firsthand how a product like a branded salt can transform how to household decisions. My questions to you will, from your perspective, how has the rural consumer's perception of value evolved over the years? And do you find factors like community reputation, brand legacy, outweigh price for certain segments for rural consumers? समझ में आया क्वेश्चन सबको? थोड़ा ज्यादा इंग्लिश हो गया। ओके, मैं ये बोलना चाहता हूं कि आपने शक्ति का नाम सुना है? शक्ति हिंदुस्तान लीवर का प्रोजेक्ट, वो गांव में शक्ति वुमन जाके गांव में औरत लोगों को बताता था हाइजीन फैक्टर कैसे करने का। उसमें 2 प्रोडक्ट होती थी, फेयर एंड लवली एंड लाइफ बॉय, बिकॉज वही अफोर्ड कर सकते थे। 10 साल के बाद उसमें डोव सब घुस गया, DOV, डोव, which is a premium beauty soap. Why did the consumer, a rural woman who was used to life boy, go and demand a dove soap? उसको क्यों जरूरत थी? ये मेरा सवाल है साहब को कि ये जो कम्युनिटी का रेपुटेशन और ब्रांड का लीगेसी मैटर करता है क्या?
Thank you, sir. Just before I respond to your question, let me say a few words what we do as an institute and the mission and vision of the Institute of IRMA. So, which was started by Dr. Korean in 1979 to professionalize the institutions which are working in the rural areas or in the vulnerable section of the society. And the program which we are running for the last 45 years is called the Postgraduate Diploma in Rural Management. The USP of the program, which even when he was going through the program, he might have done, which we call the village field segment. So, as part of the village field segment, in the very first term, immediately after the student joins the institute, they are sent to the rural villages and they stay in the village for 2 months with a villager, or they share the same house where the villagers stay, and try to study the culture, the how decisions are being taken, the institutions, the how the institutions are working in the rural areas, the entire ecosystem. And at the end of the 2 months, they come back and they submit a report, their learning, their observations. The purpose of this VFAs is because when you are going to take decision for the rural market, or when you are going to take the decision for the rural people without knowing their living, without knowing their value system, without knowing the kind of decisions, who takes the decision, and how the process of taking decision, these are going to be useless. So when the student come back and they start doing professional courses, be it marketing or be it finance or be it organization behavior or strategic management, they try to relate the kind of issues or challenges they came across and how the theories are going to address the problem. So it's going to the contextualize how what they observe there are and how the issues are going to be uh, say addressed. And these reports we have preserved from the very first year in our library. And sometimes we also go through and compare what was the report in 1980s and what used to be there. Because as Mr. Panigrahi told, that this is an age-old question. In 70s, we were saying the same thing. In 90s, we are saying the same thing. In 2024 also, we are saying the same thing. But if you see the way the things are addressed or the way people have, the students have observed and the variations. So one of the question which it's very much related to what he has been asking is whether the value has changed and how whether the who takes the decision. Now, one of the reasons which will be clearly, which you can see, uh, the influencers or the factors that decide how the decision is being taken or processed, information, the availability of information, whatever we call it. So one of the very important factor that we need to understand as decision makers or as marketeers is the socio-economic profile of the households. Now, when in 1970s or when we got independence, the level of literacy or the level of awareness and the requirement, and today the level of literacy, awareness, and the requirements, there is a hell and heaven difference. So when we got independence, the level of literacy was around 30, 35%. Today it is 70%. The standard of living, it was, again, you will see the difference. Life expectancy, we used to live 39, 40 years, used to be the life expectancy. Today it is close to, again, 69, 70 years. So you'll see the socio-economic factors or variables have significantly changed. So some of the things which you will, of course, also we see when we talk about FMCG have made significant or remarkable transformation or changes because of the rural economy, and they have penetrated the rural economy. Yes, to answer your question, the value has changed. Why the value has changed? Because of the factors of what I said is the socio-economic factors have significantly changed because of, again, partly because of government interventions and partly because of course, the household effort from them. And it is, again, one thing which I can tell with 100% is guarantee that the aspiration of the villagers, because we also go to the village along with our students, we stay and see how things are done. We have been observing the rural areas for a long time. The aspiration of these families or households or the villagers, if not more than the urban, it is not less. the level is equally as high as that of the urban counterparts. It's just that their say living standard or the capacity willingness to pay is, or the income is not sufficient to cater to what they want. Otherwise, sky is the limit for them as well. So one thing that is that say kind of the availability, affordability. So those are the issues which always we as academicians all we are trying to address. But again, they are very sensitive. One thing which those who have interacted with the villagers, they will agree, they are very loyal. If they have decided to a particular brand, it's very difficult to change the brand. They keep doing the same thing year after year, ages after ages, and generation after generation. So of course, lot which we need to discuss, but because of time constraint, I'm not going deeper into it. But they value a lot to to what they see. I'm already frustrated, so nervous seeing the placard. So I think we need to understand, and the second thing is we have to differentiate between the macro and the micro. So often what happens is using the macro data, we take decisions, but that might not be applicable to the micro. What happens in UP might not be relevant in Bihar, or what happens in Bihar is not good for a state like Orissa or West Bengal.
Thank you. Thank you. To the, coming to Biswapriya, I just wanted to ask you that whatever Dr. Das said, does it resonate with you because you work with a lot of data, right? Does it work with you that does this perception holds true across regions or there are exceptions?
Well, yeah, thank you very much, and great pleasure to be here. I see. Means rural is a microcosm. It's a country in itself. You really cannot say the entire rural is homogeneous, and therefore there are differences galore, right? I'll just take the example of dove that you have taken, right? um, we have looked at the dove data in our various researches that we do. Overall, the dove penetration usage is say 8%, right? If you look at states like Maharashtra or Punjab, Haryana, the penetration is as high as 20%. So you look at products, aspirational products, which actually differ. Similarly, healthcare, if you look at, and loans, the very interesting example that we have looked at is of loans. The growth of loans has been very high in India. Right now, we know that government is giving your insurance, and therefore there is some insurance that is being made, and that is giving them an understanding of how to get money, right? But there are loans being taken for durables. There are loans being taken for smartphones, right? So there are pockets of people, and there are geographies, there are socioeconomic groups who believe that I can pay that money back, and therefore I can take the loan to ensure that I am able to address the requirement that I have currently, meet my aspiration that I have today, and I'm in a position to pay back in a later date. So that is definitely the case with certain sections of society, but that is not something that can be. So the whole of India cannot be painted with the same brush.
Same brand. Okay, great. So coming back to your direct question, can you share an insight where you have found that the rural consumer has defied this price sensitivity for a particular category or for a particular product? Example, for a certain product, for certain category, जिसके लिए वो ज़्यादा पैसा देने के लिए तैयार है.
So say I'll take the example, I'll take two or three example. I've spoken about the Dove example already. I'll take another example, which is of tea, right? Now, Taj Mahal tea, we know, is a premium brand, right? But if I look at Taj Mahal tea, there are certain regions in India, right? States like Maharashtra, Gujarat, where there is an over index of adoption of Taj Mahal tea. Another example, sneakers, sports shoes, right? Now, very low penetration in rural, but states again like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab see a 2 times to 2.5 times higher in adoption of sneakers than that of the rest of the country. So there is a propensity to pay for better products. There is a need for people to own those better products. Having said that, what we are seeing, so we run multiple sets of researches in rural. So we do 3 researches, big researches every year. We do what we call as the TGI, or the Target Group Index. We do IQ, which we released last week, and we saw some of the data today that Mr. Vanka presented. And we do a rural barometer study. So now across all of this, we are seeing that there is very high aspiration. There's very high intent for consumers to buy products which are expensive and pay premium for it. But in reality, what we are seeing is that people are not doing it. And people are not doing it because the inflation is a big challenge for them. So what has happened today is that inflation is a big concern. All more than three-fourths of people are saying inflation is a big concern for me, right? And when we look at their actual spends have gone up significantly. So it's gone up by 20 to 25%, right? Which means that the money that they are saving has come down significantly, right? It's single digit numbers that they are now saving. Now, what that does is their ability to experiment is no longer there. So they are not, even if they want to, they are not able to try that out. So if they have money, and if you look at those magic price points, the 1 rupee, 5 rupee, 10 rupee, and if they have, say, a 10 rupee in their pocket, what are they going to do today? Is they would look for all options, but they will buy the product which is the cheapest in the market, right? If the cheapest product happens to be with great packaging and all the other paraphernalia, great. But they will not pay a premium at this point in time, a significant premium at this point in time, given the scenario. But will they do it? Yes, they have the aspiration to do it.
Okay, okay. Coming to Srinivas, you have spent amount of time in agri space, right?
Yes.
Almost 30 years. You must have a countless stories about how farmers negotiate value. Uh, so when it comes to a farmer, he says that मैं ये fertilizer के लिए 100 रुपया ज्यादा क्यों दूं? ये सवाल जब आता है और आप अच्छे कंपनी में काम करते हो तो आपका प्रोडक्ट प्रीमियम होता ही है. Normally vis-a-vis the run of the mill product. The question that I would like to ask is that इतना diverse है consumer का profile. How do you approach the pricing strategy? या pricing strategy कैसे बनाते हैं farmer के लिए
Sure.
in terms of different geographies और किसके लिए farmer actually पैसा देगा ये कैसे आपको पता चलता है?
Okay.
तो आपका biggest learning क्या है इसमें?
Sure. So, first of all, I would request everyone to clap for those 14 crore farmers who are feeding 140 crore population today. They undergo that rigor every day, and they really want to find something innovative on their farm so that they can better their farming, at the same time they can better their lives. So farming is just a profession. It's not just a profession. It is a way of life for a farmer. And many strive in the hearts and their sweat for improving the whole the farming income livelihood, the way things are shaping up. When we talk agri input in general, if you look back in 60s, river erosion has started, so I think it took 20 years to change the way they practice their agriculture. Then after that, we have become exporter of food. We used to eat ship to mouth when we got liberated. I think they have really improved the whole situation while working with a lot of people involved into the green revolution, etc. Meanwhile, we also lost a little bit on the soil, etc., that I'll talk later. When it comes to the technology, I would also like to borrow Kunal Shahji for his Delta 4 theory here. Any of your product is outperforming 30% incremental in terms of its performance with your competition. That naturally builds the demand at a farm. I mean, the price, sensitivity would be little lesser to it. If there is also a factor called influence factor, if someone uses this product once, the word of mouth, I mean, the influencing, the factor, how much it comes in. If the influence factor goes beyond 7 to 8 farmers, then eventually it has a higher, word of mouth, which eventually translate into the company. Then you have to work around that so that you can demonstrate it to the many farmers so that you can increase your influence. If you're, let's say, delta is only 10% or 5% or more or less with your competition, you would not really have to work. Then probably the pricing strategy should be more of competitive. uh, if it is higher, then if it is really solving a problem pain of the farmer, which can up to go to 40 to even 90%. If he doesn't spray one of those crop protection product for blast in paddy, he will lose the complete crop. So that is where it becomes, price is not a matter for them. So many such examples I've seen. I'm talking about like buyer we worked. I mean, a lot of my colleagues were here who had been worked with the farmers. But eventually, one more problem that we are facing, I'm talking about Inera. We are a breakthrough biological company. And, as I said, Green Revolution achieved a lot, but something we missed out is soil health, environment, a lot of biology. So we are a breakthrough biological company today. Want to uh, educate the farmer and revolutionize Indian agriculture with biologicals. But farmer doesn't feel the need of the biologicals today. He's still stuck with his conventional agriculture practices. He will ask the question, why I should pay this for your, let's say, biofertilizer. So there we are trying to solve this, how much we can really balance the conventional agriculture with biological agriculture, and eventually handle and balance the double-edged sword of sustainability and decarbonization of things. Yeah. Great.
Lovely. Sanjay sir, I have the horrible job of reminding you about the time, but हाथ जोड़ के, I
रूरल में सब
apologize.
देखो रूरल में सब आराम में रहते हैं थोड़ी बॉम्बे है ये
I know.
okay I
wish,
will
but
last
I tell you honestly, this feels like a podcast, and I wish we had more time. I genuinely suggest that you should start a podcast because this is too much information that we can't let go of.
I will give you Roko.
Okay, all right.
Roko is a medicine for diarrhea.
Me?
So last question. You said lot of information overload. That's why I said. So last question to my last panelist. Hemanth, you have been excellent. What kind of categories he has worked in, from Ola to Inno, not Roko, but Inno, GSK, and lot of good brands he has worked with. My question is straightforward. How can FMCG brands use psychographics to build trust and aspiration among rural consumers? Do digital tools and rural influencers help bridge the gap between affordability and aspiration? अगर कोई रूरल ब्रांड का आपको अफोर्डेबल नहीं है लेकिन उसका एस्पिरेशन है तो उसको वो कैसे बीट करता है?
Understood. I'll keep it short and sweet as much as possible. I understand the time.
So sorry to rush you. Honestly, this is very important information. I'm strapped for time. I'm so
I
sorry.
get it. I get it.
I
completely.
apologize.
See, from a brand standpoint, whatever little I've done and whatever little I've experienced, one, you've got to understand the need state, right? Today, the need state goes beyond just the conventional need state of addressing a functional need. Today, the need for most rural consumers is aspiration. You've got to match that aspiration. You've got to show aspiration. Secondly, you also have to localize it. When I say localize it, it's not just about communication. Communication is one bit to it, right? Communication in terms of what you're talking, how you're communicating, which channel you're communicating, but also more importantly, the kind of product. I think everyone's taken Dow as an example. Dow worked in rural today primarily because Dow came with a with a much smaller pack, because of which rural penetration increased. So I think that's the big thing, right? And as far as FMCG companies are concerned, the future is this: leverage digital, because digital has made tremendous leaps there, but leverage it still the right way. Community, which is a very big thing. Um, from your own organization, where in Pidlite, you had Fevicol Champions Club, where community was one of the biggest things. Community is the way forward here. So building an online community, offline community, or a hybrid community definitely is. And leveraging micro influencers. Today we've spoken a lot about influencers, a lot of big influencers here as well. But for a person in the rural market, a guy with even 20,000 subscribers, as long as they're relevant subscribers, is one of the most important touch points. By doing a combination of these, definitely, I think FMCG can grow way beyond what they're doing today.
Great. तो मैं यही बोलूंगा सही पकड़े हैं. So thank you everyone, and thank you Ms. Chopra for reminding us. And uh, we will try to get the thoughts of all the leaders over here and make a small summary. I am not making it now because of the lack of time. But one thing is very sure, that aspiration is on the rise. An intelligent marketeer must decide what value he is giving at what price point. That's the key word. And segment the market as per both psychographics and geographies. Don't try to market the same product in Jharkhand rural as you will market in Punjab, let us say Ludhiana district. Be very clear as regard to the product proposition. This is my thought over. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. If you will now allow me to invite Mr. Chaitanya Dhareshwar from SML to kindly give them a small token of our appreciation. Time is precious, and you have given us yours. Information is priceless, and you have shared yours. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Meanwhile, can we have the Dil Se Eggfirst video on the screen, please? Dil Se Eggfirst video. This is to congratulate once again Eggfirst Advertising on completing 20 years, which is why all of us and our esteemed guests are here tonight. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time and effort. Thank you for being with us tonight. Please continue to stay in the audience with us. We have another panel discussion. Well, you thought you were in paradise, because I'm a cool breeze. You thought you were blinded by the bright light.
फर्स्ट और उनकी पूरी टीम को मेरी तरफ से बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं. ऐसे ही अच्छा काम करते रहें और आगे बढ़ते रहें.
ये खास बात ये कि लोग हमेशा कुछ पूछते रहे, उनसे सोच की आवाज़ी के अलावा कुछ नहीं कहते. I wish you an
All right. Isn't this such a cool agency? Let's give it up for 20 years of Eggfirst. We'll just make a quick announcement. The very talented Sushant from Eggfirst Advertising is going to educate us quickly on this lovely networking chopal that is a great initiative the agency has come up with. Will you just come up and tell us what this is and how we can use it to the best of our benefit? Thank you, Sushant.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The ID card which you are wearing right now, if you can flip that ID card, you will get to see a QR code. If you scan that QR code, you'll land to networking in Chopal. That a small effort we have created to enable networking. So whoever the attendees are attending this event can network with each other. You need to put your industry, your own industry, and your industry you are interested to network with. So this is a small effort named Networking ki Chopal. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your efforts, Sushant. Thank you for telling us. I couldn't have done it better. All right, quickly on to the next panel discussion. The topic is the ideal media approach for tier 2 and 3 and rural brands with a limited budget of 5 to 20 crores. We have very nicely asked the moderator to be none other than Ravikant Banka. Will you please come up on stage, sir? And lovely to name all the other panelists here. We have Mr. Hemanth Jain, President of Lokmat Digital. Welcome, sir. Good evening. Please join in Our panel, Sandeep Balani, VP Geo Ads. Good evening and welcome. Priya Kumar, Executive VP, SBI General Insurance. I've had the fortune of sitting next to her and looking at a very calm face, which looks very intelligent and full of ideas. Looking forward to hearing you, ma'am. Sanjeev Mulchani, Executive VP and Business Head at TV9. Sanjeev sir, are you here, please? Is Sanjeev sir here with us? All right, and we have Shashi Sinha, Chief Business Officer at Laksh Media Group. Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking forward to hearing what you have to say with our very, very esteemed moderator. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sonika. Thank you, my esteemed panelists, for coming on to this session. What we have here is a panel which is diverse and each of them extreme experts in their own domains, extreme experts. And this is an understatement. Now, let me just give you a quick backdrop of this particular panel discussion. And I'm 100% sure there's a lot to learn from this session. So just a quick one, rural and tier 2, 3 markets, they account for a significant share of India's consumer base, as we've seen in our presentation earlier. Yet they remain some of the most complex to navigate. Limited budgets, diverse consumer profiles, and the need for hyperlocal strategies makes our media planning that much more difficult. Imagine you're running a small business, but ambitious brand with 5 crore media budget, or maybe 15 or 20. Your target, millions of potential customers across these tier 2, 3 towns, 4, 5, and rural India. Stakes are high, and every rupee you spend must work harder and harder. Now, here's the question that oftentimes marketeers face, which is how do you decide between the prestigious TV presence, and we have Sanjeev here from TV9. Uh, Sandeep, sorry. All yours, sir. Yes. Sanjeev, you'll sit there. So, this will then correspond. So we have Sanjeev here, uh, who's EVP and business head at TV9 network. So he's going to be fighting for that dollar for sure, but he'll give you a good reason why, one should advertise on TV. So one has to decide between TV, digital spends, ads in newspapers, outdoor. How do you get the most bang for your buck? Should you go for a all in digital, or should you do TV? Should you do a combination of print, television, outdoor? How much money to spend on activations? Now, this is a very pertinent question that a lot of these brands, a lot of you people who are brand owners and business owners, who have to decide, how do I deploy this 5 to 25 crore or 20 crore odd that I have in media? And here we have an audience, Priya Kumar, she's executive vice president and business head at SBI General. So she reaches out to a vast, nation through general insurance services. A very, very warm welcome to Priya, please, guys. Uh, so I have a very brief introduction as well for Priya. Uh, So, Priya, before I start with the questions, let me also just conclude one more, which is uh, give you a quick perspective. While we discuss and derive insights from your wisdom on, and from the whole season panelists, before I do that, let me ask the audience to write down one question, one sharp question that you want an answer for today. Okay, that you're hoping to get out of this panel. We will try and see if we can open up the panel for a discussion for questions later. And let me then start with Priya. So, Priya, you worked across rural and urban markets in the financial sector, building trust in a space that thrives on credibility, insurance, and insurance is, of course, a classic example where trust triumphs everything else. So, here's the question for you, which is that in your experience, how important is advertising on television, especially, let's say, on news channels? And is it enough to build trust, to build confidence amongst your insurance agents and in the rural markets especially? And can you share a few of your strategies, your top secret strategies that you've not shared with anybody else about how are you able to crack this? And this is SBI General. So, millions and millions or crores and crores of customers Priya is able to get. So, do help us out with a little bit of your thoughts, and we'd love to really hear.
Okay, so thank you for this very elaborate question. And the time limit that you have given us to address this is absolutely compressed. But yeah, I mean, your presentation was completely on jo dikta hai wo bikta hai, right? But the product that we represent, वो दिखता ही नहीं है.
Correct.
Right? We just go out and say कि हम वादा करते हैं कि at the time of need हम वादा निभाएंगे.
Correct.
अब वादे तो बनाए जाते हैं तोड़ने के लिए. So anyways, that's the impression that insurance industry carries. They don't pay claims, and insurers are only out to make money. How do you really go out and educate that segment of customers? So there were a couple of questions within that one question of yours, but two important things that I would like to cover out here is currently the way insurance is structured in India. So you have the bottom of the pyramid, so to say, customers who are catered to by government schemes. The government is really uh, thinking a lot about giving them benefits on social security side as well as on the farming side. So you have the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, which is a large scheme. In fact, it's the largest in the world in terms of covering number of farmers.
Wow.
So it started off about 15 years ago, and today it has transpired to be, an absolutely immaculate scheme running on a 100% digital platform.
Wow.
So that's one part of the story. And the other one is the Ayushman Bharat, which caters to social security on the health insurance side. Now, if we go to the customer at the grassroots level, so one part of the customer is used to getting insurance on a platter. So they say that, look, I'm entitled to this, I get it on a platter. How do you really go back to that segment of customer and say that, look, I need to still get some portion of that money from you, although there is a subsidy element, but I still need to get some portion of that money from you. So, what we go out and do, especially on the government programs, is we actually structure a composite calendar of activities. And these activities need to be completed in 1 month's time. So, we are talking about the Kharif season, Rabi season, right? So, enrollments start happening. So mobilization of farmers to actually come onto the platform and buy insurance. Thereafter, once the product is sold, we actually go back and educate them on how to claim on this product. So that is one thing I think which has really built some amount of credibility and trust in the farmers, and the way the enrollment has evolved. We have really seen about 10 to 12% enrollment increasing year on year.
Wow.
Which is a very good sign because we are working backwards in terms of
Nice.
reaching out to them and saying, look, this is how you claim.
Last year you did it, and
Exactly. So I think that is one factor which is really helping us. And mediums are all mediums. So whether you call them BTL activities or press ads or social media, we use influencers a lot. And that is really
helping a
us
lot.
in this activity.
May I ask you an intermediary question there? You mentioned that you have only a window of 1 month during Kharif and perhaps a window of 1 month during Rabi. And during this period, you got to get your enrollments. What media vehicles do you choose and why? You did mention that you use television, you use various others. Can you share a little bit of what is the likely percentage breakup, or there's no need for television, or there's no need for this, or most of it is BTL. I'm sure people would want to learn कि ये 2 महीने के अंदर पूरे साल का प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना का माल बेचते हैं. If I were to say that, कैसे कर लेते हो आप पूरे देश भर में? Of course SBI की ताकत है, but कैसे?
Yeah, in fact, like I said, the biggest activity that we do is घर घर जाके activating a product called मेरी policy मेरे हाथ.
मेरी पॉलिसी मेरे हाथ.
So
घर घर जाकर.
घर घर जाके. So we mobilize, either we kind of mobilize the farmers to come at the Gram Panchayat level, and we hand over their policy document to them. And that is where we start educating them on claims.
Okay.
And then from there on, when you work backwards, we do bike rallies, we do
Bike rallies,
influencer campaigns.
influencer campaigns on digital,
We conduct movie shows.
movie
So
shows.
that is something wherein we go. And if you remember, we connected
Yes.
years ago on those caravan type of activities that we had done. We still conduct those campaigns.
Do you do wall paintings?
Wall paintings
No.
really get washed out.
Print?
उस पे ठप्पा लग जाता
हाँ.
है, and then
Print
very little. It's more a compliance activity that
Print is
we are
more.
announcing.
Television?
Very little of
Very
television.
little. So most of it is
It's
activation.
more BTL.
So guys, what Priya is saying, if I see SBI also, let's understand it from the lens of a brand. SBI as a brand already exists. तो लोगों को already पता है SBI के बारे में और विश्वास है. एंड ऊपर से जाकर के ये प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना है. सो आई डू रिमेंबर वंस वी वर डूइंग दिस रिटेल आउटरीच एक्टिविटी फॉर एचडीएफसी अर्गो इन अ सिमिलर स्पेस. प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना, वी हैड टू टेक इट इनटू द हार्टलैंड्स ऑफ अ फ्यू स्टेट्स एंड वी वुड गेट इजीली पीपल कमिंग इन. हाँ हाँ आ जाते थे 50 लोग, 100 लोग, 200 लोग हर एक जमाव में. एंड दैट वाज रीजनेबली लार्जली प्रिंट सॉरी बीटीएल एक्टिवेशंस and thoda bahut might just say because of what do you say government regulations or whatever, we might do some wall painting, so you rely largely on BTL activations. All right, thanks so much. So let me now move on to Sandeep. Sandeep, hi. Sandeep is Geo Ads, VP at Geo Ads. So and you've been at the forefront of building Geo Ads, bridging OTT, news platforms, digital ecosystems, and you reach remote audiences. Now, and smartphones, we know her rural घर में there are 2.3 average smartphones. So digital is no longer a trend; it's an essential. So how can one leverage digital, okay, to reach out to these audiences? And let's expand that audience not just to rural but tier 2, 3 maybe. How does one expand that? How do you provide a mass reach and targeted reach at the same time within limited budgets? And do you think digital really makes an impact? Guys, I mean, I think a lot of marketeers would like to know कि यार डिजिटल में बहुत कॉस्ट पर इम्प्रेशन ये वो सब कम होता है, बट रियली वो इम्प्रेशन का इम्पैक्ट होता है क्या? दैट्स वन क्वेश्चन दैट एवरीबडी वांट्स टू नो. एंड आई एम sure Hemanth is raring to go on that question and tear it apart. But let's hear from Sandeep.
Absolutely. Firstly, thank you. I'm really fortunate to, be in an industry which is the fastest growing digital advertising and be in a company which is, Bharat first. And like you said, I mean, it empowers today every individual with data. And we are the, number one country. We have crossed China for the last 3 quarters in terms of the maximum data consumption. Right. So a very powerful place to be in. And definitely, what Geo Ads is doing is that we have built a Geo SMB platform through a simple WhatsApp. You can create a campaign on WhatsApp, and then it gets to different regional OTTs. We have tied up with Yup TV, Sun Next, Z, ShareChat, like you showed.
How's the impact?
So the impact is great, where advertisers, especially the FMCG advertisers you mentioned, get a lot of reach, and they spend in multi crores with us every month, and that is continuously growing.
यानी इतने पैसे लगते हैं फिर आपके प्लेटफॉर्म पे एडवर्टाइज करने में?
So for SMB advertisers, definitely go to our LinkedIn page. There are a lot of smaller advertisers like Tatva who have just done a case study. Tatva, yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of these smaller.
Can you share any, one, let's say a small quick case study या, इस ब्रांड ने इतने पैसे लगाए और उसको ये फायदा हुआ, जो एक, this audience would love to hear.
Right.
And I'm sure बहुत impact हुआ ही होगा. Geo, I have a lot of respect for what Geo has done in this country.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has changed this nation, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, leave all the politics aside, but Geo has changed this nation. It has really. So, I'd love to have you speak about.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are many such brands. One of them I mentioned is Tatva. In SMB specifically, what we do is we target certain pin codes, right? So if supposingly there is a shop in a particular area, right? It can be a salon, it can be a.
So you can go pin code level.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So and what you're saying is, let's say अगर बारामती में कोई एक, there are, let's say 10 pin codes you wish to target.
Absolutely.
So बारामती में अगर एक hotel है,
yeah,
that hotel should, maybe say, हाँ, या
you
let's say
can
a beautiful
reach out
cake
to the
shop.
people in that geography with targeting that particular pin code.
And कितने पैसे लगेंगे?
I mean, ये तो in thousands of rupees.
पक्का
Like the minimum.
guys, you know, इनका नंबर दे रहा हूँ मैं सबको.
I mean,
Okay,
there is
अगर इन्होंने कुछ लाखों में अगर
there
बिल
is an
भेजा है,
email ID at geoads.advertiser, right? So reach out to at ril.com. So please reach out to that. So and there's
no,
a
but
LinkedIn page that we have dedicated where you have all the case studies. Gitanshi also will, you know, encounter that. So please follow that page, and also you will see all the case studies present there.
amazing. So guys, here is from GeoAd somebody who's clearly saying that you can target pin code wise and in a few thousands of rupees. And let's face it, कुछ हजार रुपए लगा करके या समझो 2-5 लाख रुपए लगा करके भी अगर कोई एक छोटा सा एक्सपेरिमेंट रन किया जाए फॉर एनी ऑफ द ब्रांड्स यू नो व्हिच आर स्पेंडिंग 5 to 20 crore, it is absolutely worth it. So thank you so much, Sandeep, really appreciate. And I do want people to use platforms like GeoAds and explore. And this is that machine gun that I was talking about, that how you can target consumers in select geographies and with very limited budgets. And that's the power that digital has now provided in the hands of small and medium businesses. Earlier, it was television and print, but television and print may your minimum ticket size. Even today, if somebody doesn't have a minimum of 5 crore rupees to spend only on television, I do not recommend them कि आप पूरा television पे चले जाओ. So, but digital, I think it provides a fantastic reach. When we come to Sanjeev and TV9, you know, he might have a different view कि यार television करना चाहिए. And yes, even I agree, शायद करना चाहिए. But, you know, we'll come to that. So thanks so much, Sandeep. You want to add something?
Yeah, I mean, apart from that, I do feel one of the category which is growing very fast and all the rural marketers should target is e-commerce and quick commerce. Today, the fastest growing company in terms of advertising revenue is Zepto. They have reached thousands of crores of revenue by just a simple AI platform. And if you're a rural marketer, you want to target a particular pin code, and you know these e-commerce or quick commerce platforms are working there. Definitely, I think you can target. You can do sampling, like you said.
Superb, guys. This is
Right?
amazing.
So
Just listen to this again, guys,
yeah.
please.
So
What he's saying is, let's say, you know, अगर आप मसाला बेच रहे हो या चाय बेच रहे हो या कुछ भी बेच रहे हो कहीं पर भी, let's say आप 3 स्टेट्स में बेच रहे हो, लाइक हमारे वसंत मसाला है वो हम राजस्थान, मध्य प्रदेश और गुजरात में बेचते हैं. मे बी इट्स टाइम फॉर अस टू एक्सप्लोर एज एन एक्सपेरिमेंट ही सही कि हम कुछ एरियाज में वहां पर समझो 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट ले लेते हैं, 4 डिस्ट्रिक्ट ले लेते हैं, एंड वाया जियो एड्स we target and then we start selling on Zepto, because that is changing the world. You know, people are not necessarily going to the kirana shop. So let's go to Zepto. Let's tie up with Zepto, start selling Vasant Masala over there, and put ads on Geo Ads or other platforms, mostly Geo Ads, I'm sure, but and target the customer. So beautiful. Thank you so much,
thank you.
Sandeep. Thank you. So, you know, Hemanth is raring to go. So Hemanth has
Hemanth has not yet been on GeoAd, so he needs to come in as a publisher.
Hemanth has built a property called Lokmat Digital. सबको लोकमत पता है. लोकमत का डिजिटल पावर शायद हम लोगों को नहीं पता. मुझे कुछ समय पहले पता चला. And Hemant is the president at Lokmat Digital. He runs the show, you know, so I'm sure he can give some discount also to, you know, the advertisers. But you know, no, Rishi is, you know, one of our board of advisors, his boss. He won't like it. But anyways, Hemant, so you know, what I'd love you to do is, you know, give us some context of digital reach, the influence that it has, semi-urban and rural. Let's keep that lens on, and share some success studies that you have, you know, in terms of your brands and so on. But let's keep it something that really the audience here can pick something from. Like Sandeep gave something amazing, Priya has given something amazing. That boss activation करो, गांव गांव जाओ और सब जो ना आ जाते हैं. संदीप इज क्लियर, जियो एड्स के प्लेटफॉर्म पे आओ, हम पिन कोड वाली एडवर्टाइजिंग कर देंगे, जेप्टो पे चले जाओ, and thousands of rupees, right? You know, we'll hold him to that, and this is being recorded. So no, but really, you know, this is the way to market. You know, ऐसे नहीं है कि करोड़ों रुपए खर्च करते रहो एंड फिर बाद में राम भरोसे. So Hemant, over to you.
Thanks, Ravi. So I was watching a video on YouTube the other day where I got to know that 2025 is going to be a game-changing year for me. And it's going to be a game-changing year for all of us. And if you haven't watched those videos, there are many gurus and astrologers who are talking about how 2025 is going to be a game-changing year for each one of us. The only caveat being that what number you fall to, and there is a calculation which I wouldn't want to get into. So 2025 also happens to be my 30th year in digital, which started in 1995 accidentally when I tried to log into internet using a TCP/IP shell account. Don't worry, let's not get into what it was. And then one night while I was with HCL Comnet selling VSAT solutions, then हम बोले चलो let's download Jennifer Lopez. And that time we had a Bomb3 VSNL account. It took us 35 minutes to download Jennifer Lopez, but we were all excited and it taught us how to be patient in life.
So
I
don't say
mean,
too much about that.
obviously after marriage, all of us get very patient, but that was my starting point of learning how to be patient. I would say the last 30 years have been very enriching, right? Right from setting up India's first digital advertising agency to working with one of the biggest telecom project in the country, which was my first brush with rural, where I worked very closely as part of the founding team at Reliance. Dinesh Bankaji was a part of our team, and we set up 241 Reliance broadband cafes in 104 cities and towns of India. And thankfully, to the vision of Mukesh Bhai, who we met every Friday, I realized that what nation building was. So I had the opportunity to travel to almost 90 to 95 towns and cities of India, only to realize that after every 5 kilometers, the catchment changes, the offering changes, the visual merchandising changes, the pricing changes. And thanks to my training at the McDonald's School of Marketing, when I was with Mudra, I realized that today, if you have to be a successful marketeer, the most important thing in retail is to understand your local catchment and your local store marketing.
So, Hemant, I'm going to, sorry, ask you to tell me something beautiful about why people should be using Lokpat Digital. What is the reach that you've been able to create? What is the impact that consumers can get? Because Lokmat is the clear leader on digital in Maharashtra. What Lokmat has built, I don't think any other platform in this country has built.
So Ravi,
Yeah,
I'm
please.
coming to it. I think so. The first panel got the liberty to over exceed the time,
Actually,
and you
उसी
can't
वजह
cut
से
short of that, right?
हमारी time
I'm
थोड़ी सी
just trying
sorry.
to I'm just trying to make it a little interesting for all of you. So if you look at what has happened to all of us, without realizing, the human attention span has gone down, right? We are talking about 6 seconds, and the jelly goldfish is around 8 seconds. So what are you currently witnessing? A long format video becoming short format, which is a 90-seconder, right? These are all shifts in consumer behavior, which we all have to adapt to. You see the size of the screen, it's becoming smaller as you go by, right? Now, uh, the next big rural or I would say a state level project which I'm currently involved is Lokmat. Most of people know Lokmat as the largest read Marathi daily. And believe you me, it's been 8 years. I think so. It's beyond being a newspaper. And 100-year-old institution in the state of Maharashtra. Honestly, I had absolutely no clue into what I'm getting into when I joined them. I just had a little aspiration to give back to the society and see if I can do something for people beyond the urban markets. And as I spent more time and as I passed through the toll nakas where they said, don't worry, just pass by, I realized what the institution did and what it was. So, number one, it delivers newspaper to the last bus stop of the state. It could be a village, it could be a taluka. So, what I realized that it has a largest distribution network beyond what a Unilever, Nestle, or a P&G had in the state of Maharashtra. Number two, with close to now 4,800 on ground reporters slash stringers collecting, aggregating, creating content from 35 district places of Maharashtra. It makes you one of the largest content company in Marathi language. And when I was looking at the IRS figure, I was surprised that in spite of operating in a single state with a single language, you rank among the top 5 most read newspapers in the country. That is the power.
Wow, that's something.
Regional, that is the power of being vernacular. Now, hyperlocal as a word fascinated me even in digital. So when I started my digital journey with them in 2016, there was a huge temptation to build a bouquet of news and information websites in 8 languages, 12 languages. I said, no. If you guys have been for the people of Maharashtra touching their lives in form of information, in form of education, today we run the largest women community program on ground called the Sakhi Manch, where close to 1 million women voluntarily come, and I'm not exaggerating on any of these numbers. They come forward to be part of this women's Sakhi Manch. And I'm going to quickly, switch into what it can do for brands and what kind of brands are we working on. 1 million women voluntarily come to be a part of Sakhi Manch. This is like a local Mahila Mandal run across 35 district offices. And I can't tell you the enthusiasm. There are women in thousands who gather.
Sure.
And Madhura ji would vouch for it because she has been a part and parcel of this journey for a long time.
Is it offline and online both put
Yeah,
together?
it started as offline, and now we have taken it online. We have gone on to build the largest women lifestyle product, which is lokmatsakhi.com online in Marathi language. 6 million women from Maharashtra come to the website every month for in search of credible and reliable content. Now, if you look at the whole ecosystem as it pans out, so there is a forum for the youth of Maharashtra called as a Yuva Manch. We hold 3 Guinness Book of World Records for creating the largest School Connect program. And as we started to engage more deeply with brands who started to express the desire to now venture into the tier 2, tier 3 of Maharashtra, across zones, which is Vidar, Marathwada, Konkan, etc. We conceptualize and evangelize India's biggest Sarpanch program. And we now celebrate the success stories of Sarpanch, their contribution back. Now, when you look at a Sarpanch, he's the first representative of democratic India.
So, Hemant, I'm sorry, in the interest of time, we have only 10 more minutes, and I do want the other two panelists also to, speak a bit. So, sorry? Yeah. So, may I request you to, so what, Hemant is talking about is on his platform, Lokmat, there are multiple sub platforms like Lokmat Sakhi. There is a Sarpanch Award. There is something amazing for, let's say, a Reed and Taylor also. Lokmat has one of the most successful Lokmat Stylish Awards. And that audience, one can target very, very specifically, in a very targeted fashion, which has millions of outreach. So, it's not just about lowest cost, but it is also about being able to, engage with the brand meaningfully. So, any one last.
So basically, if I have to sum up on digital, uh, a suite of products created basically to map the consumer interest because that creates affinity. You can create cohorts. We do around 35 million uniques, which is through a network of 18 social media handles, a community of around 25 million on social media. We have today the ability to reach out to 90 to 95% of people in Maharashtra consuming content in Marathi
Wow, now
language.
that's something. That's something.
And one last thing that really makes all of us feel proud in Maharashtra, we are for the 39th consecutive running month being the largest read news and information portal, not only in Marathi language on ComScore, but if you negate English and Hindi language news and information portal, you take all the other Indian languages, whether it is Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Bengali, Gujarati, lokmat.com. According to Google, we were also recently felicitated for 39 consecutive months. We are the largest read regional language news and information website.
So that's the extent of targeting that is possible via Lokmat. So, we heard about BDL activations, we heard about, pin code targeting. I'm sure Lokmat also has all of those. So thanks, Hemant, for sharing those. Let me move on quickly to Sanjeev. Sanjeev is from TV9, and Sanjeev, with apologies, we'll have limited time, but I know that TV has massive impact. I'd love you to share a few, data points, something that our audience today can learn from. हेमंत वाला ले लीजिए। Thank you.
Okay. Hi, and thank you for having me on panel. Quickly, in interest of lesser time, first of all, yes, I've seen that video of 2025, how that's going to be game changing. Sitting at TV9 office, all we could reduce is this 2025 adds up to 9, and this is the year which is going to belong to TV9 as
Oh, lovely.
so yes, and we are also there on GeoEd. So you don't find us here, you find us there as well. So quickly on see, I just want to put across my point. There is no war going on between outdoor and digital and TV and
When should somebody
everybody.
advertise on TV?
Yeah, it's about I think we can all coexist. We have seen brands being made on news channels and TV alone, and news channels specifically, since I come from that space. And right now, we are at that cusp of the curve, or that sweet spot, I would want to say, where uh, TV gives you wider reach. You can reach out to many people at one go, and it can be beautifully supported by digital because once you have the mass media reach, that awareness is created, which is one of the important parameters for any marketer. Then the digital comes with the retargeting, and that's where all come in.
Okay, so
Outdoor
you're
has
saying the
its own play.
base
Yes,
gets established with
yes,
TV,
yeah,
and then you can bring in,
yeah.
various others.
Yeah, the reason is another thing I missed out. From Chalo rural to Chalo Bharat. I think you're trying to say is the Bharat resides in the rural of India, and that's actually very true. We have a huge untapped potential of business out there, and we are all chasing. But as raised by one of our senior colleagues, where is it really? A potential, or it's just a populace? So that's something which we need to find answer to. We're all here for. uh, I had put couple of numbers before I just hand over to him. So if you look at Maharashtra as a point, since most of us are sitting, and I'm sure the audience also are maximum from this state. See, look, TV gives you straight away 11 crore kind of reach, almost, which is say 80-85% of the Maharashtra population.
TV
Same,
gives 80
yeah.
85% of
Print is
reach.
just around the corner. That's also
Similar
close to,
number.
yeah, yeah,
So
nine,
guys,
nine and a half
TV
crores.
and print,
Yeah,
both
yeah,
in
yeah.
Maharashtra, what
Yeah,
he's saying
and
is
digital,
gives
while it is 40-45% right now, but it is catching up fast. And for the retargeting purpose, obviously,
a digital or
you
something
need that
works
support.
better.
And on activation part also, we have huge programs for things like Vari, which is a very big community like this thing, where you have more than 1 million gathering. There is Ganesh Utsav which happens, and so a lot of activations are possible.
So
Doing a multimedia, keeping all this thing in mind, depending on your brand objective, you can easily achieve, just since the theme was between 5 to 20, that's pretty much, I think, we are on that.
awesome. So thanks so much. Really appreciate. So guys, TV does form a base. Even in our experience, we've seen that TV does form a good base. It helps reach out. One of the lowest cost per exposures, TV में credibility भी बढ़ती है. अरे मैंने आपका ad TV पे देखा, तो वो credibility भी बढ़ती है. जो एक छोटे screen पे थोड़ी कम credibility बढ़ती है. So what he's saying is, use that as a mass media. फ्रीक्वेंसी के लिए आप डिजिटल यूज कीजिए, एंड फिर रियल पेनिट्रेशन या कन्वर्जन या सैम्पलिंग के लिए आप बीटीएल यूज कीजिए. सो आई एम गोइंग टू ask the last quick question to Shashi. He's at the receiving end of this. Sorry, but he's going to get a very limited time to just talk. He's from outdoor, and of course, he's done a lot of other work as well. So, Shashi, over to you. Sorry for a quick minute or two. That
Okay.
what, in your experience, should be an ideal media mix for 5 to 20 crore?
Okay. So I will take less time. Attention span has been falling, and it is falling to 6 seconds, which is less than what a goldfish can sustain her attention at. But the good news is that outdoor is a 4 second medium, and we are still fitting in the available attention span, while other media are struggling to get that critical attention span from the audience. Number two, which I want to tell you, that of course, media dynamics are changing very fast, but no emerging media ever replaces the pre existing media, it only replaces. So every media evolves and every media collaborates. The game is of attention gathering, The game is of information dissemination. And in this milieu where digital is penetrating, how different media are kind of stacking themselves. Print is for credibility. Source credibility is suffering in this era of uncurated media that you have. Anybody becomes a message disseminator, and there is no check and balance. Then media is becoming very action oriented. So every time digital or whatever you have, there is an action button. So outdoor sustains the advertising campaign, and it kinds of remind you that there is an action button, there was an action intent on your part, and you need to operationalize it. So I only want to conclude that in this era where marketers have to deal with multiple media formats and they have multiple control points, they must have, because there are multiple touch points. The good news is that the consumer is moving seamlessly. She does not differentiate between different media formats, and she does not have distinct control center. She has only one control center, her mind, in which she's processing both the intellect and the emotion. That's the integrated market.
Great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate this. Thank you, guys. Sorry, we are running out of time, so we can't take any questions. But amazing insights. So, what the summary? Integrated media. It is. Nobody can just do only TV or only print. We did hear a lot about digital coming in repeatedly. So, you do a base. The base can be via television. The base via print also works beautiful. We don't have a panelist today from print, but I have seen brands, and I'm happy to say, let's say an Icon Steel, which is one of the brands that we were working for. Ushmesh, she might be here. That as a brand has been built on a combination of print and digital. Print and digital also as a combination works, and extreme insane amounts of BTL. So that's what I'd like to summarize with, and with my deepest gratitude. Thank you, everybody, to the panelists and to the amazing audiences. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you to also our moderator who's done a splendid job and actually kept to a 30-minute time limit. Great. May I please invite Mr. Sunil Patare, VIP Clothing, to kindly come on stage to help us give away a small token of our appreciation for the speakers on the stage. So why don't you also join them, please? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was very interesting. Like all the other speakers, you have opened our minds into the rural workings, not very different from us urban people. We are all trying to process all kinds of media and especially emotions. Lovely. With no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to quickly jump into a very, very interesting conversation along with our two very interesting media influencers. Two lovely ladies with the knack for entrepreneurship, two lovely ladies who have a pulse on the rural audience. Very happy to jump into the next conversation, which I will request Ravi sir to continue to be on the stage for. And also, if I can invite Sushant Chavan from the Eggfirst team to kindly join in Ravi Banka sir on stage while we continue to invite the two very, very interesting influencers on stage. The first is Miss Madhura Bachal from Madhura's Recipe. She is the founder of Madhura's Recipe, a renowned recipe channel with over 10 million followers on social media. Yes, only 10 million followers on social media. She will be joined in by Dehati Madam. Let's give a warm welcome again to Miss Yashoda Lodhi, famously known as Dehati Madam. but we all know that she's not exactly Dehati. Following her inspiring journey from a small village. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your time, effort, and energy. Lovely to have you. Following her inspiring journey from a small village, Dehati Madam, Miss Yashoda, has become a beacon of hope for thousands in rural India learning English. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming two powerhouses of talent, Miss Madhura Bachal and मिस यशोदा लोधी थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग इन आप यहाँ पे आए हमें बहुत खुशी हुई आपकी इंग्लिश स्पेक्टेकुलर है हम भी आज से आज सीख के जाएंगे रवि सर सुशांत the stage is all yours इंग्लिश की क्लास शुरू करें मैम वेलकम वेलकम
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Sonika. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Madhura ji. Thank you, Dehati ma'am ji. So, like I had briefly introduced, once again, मधुरा जी उनके 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा फॉलोअर्स है 1 करोड़ से ज़्यादा फॉलोअर्स हैं जो उनके वीडियोस देखते हैं हर रोज सब्सक्राइबर्स यानी जो चाहते हैं कि उनको एक टिंग एक सब्सक्रिप्शन की आवाज आए so that is her fan following and we have Sushant over here who's crazy fan तो he made a request कि नहीं मुझे मैंने कोविड के टाइम से उनके वीडियोस देख रहा हूँ तो मुझे रियली डाउट है कि वो पूछने वाला है कि उसमें पुदीना डालना चाहिए या हल्दी डालना चाहिए समथिंग लाइक दैट बट वो मधुरा जी एंड देहाती मैम इनका मैंने वीडियो देखा था वो आपको जो दिखाई दे रहा है शायद वो वीडियो होगा तो अमेजिंग जो ये इंग्लिश बोलते हैं एंड सी इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट इंग्लिश जो इन्होंने सीख करके जो आज ये गांव-गांव जो सिखा रहे हैं लोगों को एंड जिससे विश्वास बिल्ड हो रहा है लोगों में कि मैं भी एक फर्राटेदार इंग्लिश बोल सकता हूँ या बोल सकती हूँ दैट्स अ बिग डील व्हाई बिकॉज समहाउ in our psyche english speaking means educated forward looking and वगैरह 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 and yes it does open up opportunities also so we are very thankful to both of you for having joined this conclave really appreciate this so you want to
It's very,
start
very true, sir. Whatever you have said, I think both of them in their unique ways have shown us how digital platform can actually connect us to our roots and inspire us every day. So let's quickly dive into the incredible conversation. So Madhura ji, this is my personal testimony. I've been following your channel from last 4 5 years, and I have learned so much from your videos, especially during the COVID times. During COVID times, we all know everyone has become home chefs and cooks. Everyone was creating reels and videos on their own recipes at that point of time. Uh, and now I can proudly say that I can cook anything, Indian, Chinese, whatever. And my mom and my wife is very proud of me for that. So thank you, ma'am. So see, this is how an influencer can actually influence our daily life. I am a lively example for the same. So I'll ask you the first question. So this question is out of curiosity. It's not related to marketing, but with your busy schedule, do you still get time to cook for your family at your home, like you used to before, because, or has it reduced because of your work?
First of all, thank you for having me for this wonderful conclave.
Welcome.
And your keynote speech was amazing.
Thank you.
I learned so much from it. So thank you so much. Uh, I would like to say, like, I still cook for my family first, and then I cook for camera.
Wow.
But here, the game is something different. Like, uh, when you see that piping hot, fluffy puran puri on tawa, my family has to wait for that perfect shot.
Okay, okay.
And sometimes on dining table, instead of having that nice candlelight, sometimes they have to deal with some ring lights,
Camera lights.
camera lights.
Okay.
So I still love to cook, but things are no different for my family.
Okay. I want to share one of my experience. जब मैंने सीखा था तो मेरा फर्स्ट डिश था शीरा. एवरीवन नोज शीरा. मैं जब कुकिंग नहीं करता था माय मॉम यूज्ड टू टेल मी मराठी में कि जेवण बनवायला शिक कभी उपाशी मरणार नाहीस. हिंदी में कि खाना बनाना सीख ले तो कभी भूखा नहीं मरेगा. मैंने वो फर्स्ट रेसिपी का डिश बना के उनको भेजा था एंड शी वाज लाइक अभी वाइफ आई है तो तू बनाना सीख गया. बट एक्चुअली क्रेडिट गोज टू हर.
Wow, very
Thank you so much.
nice.
Thank you, sir.
So my next question is, in advertising, we usually plan social media calendar in advance for our brands, sometimes for a month. Do you also plan your content like that, or do you go with the flow, or do you manage everything yourself, or your team does it for you? How do you manage everything?
I wish I had a team for content planning. When it comes to content or content strategies, my team is me, myself. So again, I have to research, I have to read, and I have to plan much ahead of time. When it comes to content, like when it's raining or when it's monsoon around, I have to think about posting some piping hot soup or there's Sihagar style kanda bhaji.
Okay.
Wow.
So even before the season starts, my content planning or content strategies have to be there on the list.
Wow.
So you already created a content for your next month or so, right?
I have to film recipe videos at least 2 or 3 months before the timeline.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
just imagine,
Very
guys, 10 million followers, 1 crore followers, and see the effort that goes behind the camera. See the effort. 2 months, 3 months before, she has to plan. अब बारिश आने वाले हैं तो सिंगट टाइप की भजिया की रेसिपी बनाई जाए and so on. So congratulations, ma'am. Really amazing.
Thank you so much.
Very, very nice.
So whenever I'm just curious about this. ये जो अभी स्टार्टर्स वगैरह आपको दिए गए हैं, आपने जब खाया आपने ऐसा जज किया अरे यार इसमें थोड़ा ये कम है वो कम है. Do you often do that?
Today my husband is here, so
Wow.
he's a tester at office as well as at home. So it
Okay.
belongs to him.
Okay.
All right. Good. Thank you so much. Let me now, ask Yashoda ji, you know, just say a few things, एक दो मिनट में अगर आप अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दें एंड आपने एक तो ये इंग्लिश की जर्नी कैसे शुरू की एकदम ब्रीफली एंड विच वाज योर फर्स्ट वीडियो सो ओवर टू यू एंड देन आई विल आस्क यू कि हाउ हैव यू बिल्ट अ कनेक्ट see that's important for us to understand as influencers how have you built connect with millions of people ये आपने कैसे हासिल किया तो पहले आप अपनी जर्नी के बारे में क्विकली एक बता करके आप बताइए आगे थोड़ा माइक ऊपर ले लीजिए माइक ऊपर ले लीजिए तो आवाज आए हाँ
Yes, first of all, I would like to say thank you, sir, for this Chalo Conclave and this great audience. And I'm feeling really very privileged to be here. And now I'm feeling really very happy to share my journey. Actually, the time when I started my YouTube journey, at that time I was totally unaware of everything. Even I was not knowing at that very time how to create an Gmail ID, how to create a Gmail ID. Then in 2022, I got the opportunity of having a smartphone. And then just from that moment, my life started changing. I started exploring on YouTube how to be independent as well as how to be helping hand of my husband. Because I went through all those bad situations. I suffered a lot. Even I suffered for a five rupee because the time when my husband had that accident, at that time, it, both of us we were totally broken. My father-in-law he borrowed money from others for the treatment, and then the treatment was going on, and then we were under like that loan, like type of loans we taken from the others, and because of that we were totally broken. My husband used to cry throughout the day, and I was there just doing nothing but only seeing him that he's crying. That thing has inspired me that no, it's not time to sit here. It's time to do something for you, for your family.
wow guys this is really amazing what a beautiful moment what a beautiful moment thank you so much how a person can fight against circumstances. Her husband met with an accident and फिर इन्होंने बागडोर हाथ में ली एंड इन्होंने खुद का चैनल शुरू किया एंड खुद की जर्नी एक क्रिएट की मैम बहुत बहुत कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स बधाई बहुत अमेजिंग वर्क बहुत अमेजिंग वर्क Thank you. Please carry on.
And after that, I just kept moving on. I started exploring so many things. And I think because of this digital, because of this technology, I got this thing. If it hadn't been there, then I wouldn't have been able to be here in front of you. So this is the opportunity, and I grabbed that opportunity. In life, I believed only one thing, that life is all about giving you opportunity, but you should grab each and every opportunity. There are fears, there's no doubt. There are failures in our life, there's no doubt. But after getting failure, what is there that we should have in our personality? That we should just keep going, we should get more knowledge, we should get aware of about what are the weak points,
माइक थोड़ा नजदीक, हाँ
points,
हाँ
and then work on it. And life is all about getting failure and learning from those failure. So that time was like my failure time, but this is the time
नहीं
of
नहीं,
the
आपने
success.
बहुत सक्सेसफुल काम किया है, बहुत बढ़िया, बधाई हो आपको.
Very, very
Let's
inspirational.
very inspirational. So let's hear कि आपकी शुरुआती दौर में आपने इनिशियली कौन से सक्सेसफुल वीडियोस बनाए और वो कस्टमर से कैसे जुड़े? आपको ये एक तो ये इंग्लिश वाली आइडिया कैसे आया? आप बचपन से इतनी इंग्लिश बोलते थे?
Actually, the first video which got viral, it has a very different story. At that time, my whole family members, we were in our fields and we were about to dig potatoes. Then I said, okay, all of you, you do that work. I'm going to shoot a video, and after that, then I will come and join you.
Okay.
And then first I went, there is a very small hut type under a tree. I made that video, and in that video, currently there is 3 million subscribers. Sorry, 3 million views.
Views.
And my second viral video, there is 5 million plus views. So my first video I made, it has a different story, that because of digging potato, I got my
That many views.
video got viral.
Very nice. Today, how do you, make your content जो लोगों से जुड़े, how do you work on that? आप भी मधुरा जी की तरह बहुत पहले से प्लानिंग करते हैं, आप कैसे करते हैं ये?
Actually, I think because of this language, especially this particular language, which is a worldwide spoken language, I always feel connected with each and every learner. Even I talk to them and I get to know about their problems which I was facing once, how to how to master this language, as well as how to grab each and every opportunity. The main which we always face in our life, that because of confidence, we always consider that I'm not the best. I don't have enough knowledge. And I would say here that it doesn't matter how much knowledge you will get. You will always think that you don't have sufficient knowledge. So I I also shared my problems with them, and then I found the possible uh, results for those problems, for a possible solution, and I worked on it. And not only I, but thing which has worked for me, I also told them. So
Wow.
it's kind of a totally, I can resonate with each and everyone.
Wow, amazing.
I have a very authentic audience and genuine audience. They always love
Because
me.
you are authentic, at the heart, you believe in empowerment, you believe कि हाँ मैं खुद से कुछ कर सकती हूँ, and फिर आपने उसी को पकड़ करके आगे लिया. So as an influencer, guys, one thing for us to see, she is not just known because of her ability to speak English. She is somebody who's made an impact first in her life and who has the ability to influence and inspire others, especially women, कि आप अपनी जिंदगी की बागडोर अपने हाथ में कैसे ले सकते हो. एंड दैट इज द इंस्पिरेशन. सो इट इज नॉट इंग्लिश, शायद some of us here can speak as well as she can, but how many of us are going to be able to inspire the way she is inspiring? So that is her superpower. So congratulations, thank you very much.
I think, sir, one thing you have noticed, everyone has noticed maybe. Sir ने उनको हिंदी में questions पूछे हैं, but she answered all of them in English. So that is
मेरी
incredible.
इंग्लिश थोड़ी कमजोर है, तो मैं हिंदी में बात करता हूँ. लेकिन बहुत अच्छा लगा सुन के, एंड आई एम रियली इंस्पायर्ड, कि आपने, एंड सी, ट्रेडिशनली इंडिया में देयर हैज बीन अ सिचुएशन वेयर women have not gotten as many opportunities, एंड वो आज भी थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट ही है, टियर 2 3, एंड जितना हम दूर दराज में जाते हैं वो है. तो शी हैज बीन एबल टू क्रिएट दिस अमेजिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी. नाउ आई फ्लिप दिस. And let's look at it from the lens of a marketeer. Here is an inspirational lady. Okay, and whether you're selling, if Priya's selling insurance, or whether somebody's selling masale, or whether somebody's selling Amul, or somebody's selling something else, don't you want women audiences, especially those who are inspired to connect with you? If you really want them, then she's your brand ambassador. So, guys, that's the power of an influencer. हम तो मार्केटिंग की तरफ से सोचते रहते हैं ना हर बार, तो हम इन्फ्लुएंसर एक काम करते हैं, एक इन्फ्लुएंसर का प्लान बनाओ, उसमें इतने इन्फ्लुएंसर लो. Today you are getting to go on the other side and see the influencers journey and see why they are able to connect and see why they are able to create that impact in your marketing campaign. So thank you again. It inspires us all. I'm sure it leaves a lot to us. So Madhura ji, over to you. How has your journey been? It doesn't have to be that every time somebody has to come from a difficult situation. How did you become what you become? How's that? How do you connect with consumers? How do people like Sushant, who's never cooked in his life, and his mom is saying कि यार तेरी बीवी से बनवा के तूने शीरा भेजा है.
मैंने 30 साल तक 2 ही डिश सीखा था, एक चाय बनाना, एक अंडे का ऑमलेट बनाना.
सो मधुरा जी, आपने कैसे ये जर्नी आगे बढ़े? आप कैसे आपके आपके फॉलोअर्स से जुड़े?
I was working with the bank, and fortunately, it was SBI. I was working with SBI,
Oh,
and I had a privilege to work with SBI at Chicago for some time. Yeah. I started my YouTube journey when I realized internet was doing fasting around Marathi food. There wasn't single Marathi recipe on the internet. And back in 2007, while browsing through YouTube, I found 2007.
2007. So you've been doing this for last 17 years or
15, 16 years around.
Okay, and it is post-COVID that you gained popularity?
Post-COVID, the things have changed, I would say.
Okay.
Before COVID, there was growth, but it was slow and steady. But boom happened not even after COVID. It was after a geo effect around 2013 or 14 when
2016 when they launched.
when
So
digital
if I were
content
to
started
ask
to
you,
reach out.
Madhura ji, ki, if there's one thing that you'd like to tell our marketeers and business owners about how should they engage with brand owners, brand influencers, what would that one thing be? Because I'm seeing Sonika, various others waving 25 flags at me. Time up, time up. Sorry about that.
You told me to do this, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Uh, I guess the first thing is choose the right influencer.
Choose the right influencer.
Because first the influencer should have love for that product. It should be used for that content creator. Then it will be the useful for the viewer base, audience base.
Awesome. So be authentic is what
right.
she's saying. Like
Right.
Yashoda ji bhi. Okay, we'll call her Dhyati ma'am only. And Madhura's recipe, be authentic because she's authentic. Both of them are authentic in their core. And that's why they get the right kind of reaction. So choose the right influencer. What else?
Second is integrate product organically, naturally.
Integrate product organically. Do not suddenly have the influencer say, ये लीजिए इसी मसाले से बनाइए और तो ही आपका खाना स्वादिष्ट
I think
बनेगा.
audience is also now intelligent. उनको पता चल जाता है कि ये
ठीक है. So that's authentic, and then just integrate your brand smoothly. Do not force fit it.
And lastly, just trust our creativity.
Trust the creativity. तो हमारी ad agencies का क्या होगा? But anyways, thank you so much. Last one opportunity, मैम आपको कुछ बोलना है कि अगर brands को अगर आपके साथ जुड़ना है तो which is the best way they can associate with you, and what are the best things for a brand to do in relation to a celebrity?
I think I believe I
थोड़ा ऊपर माइक. हाँ,
Close to the mouth.
क्लोज ईयर, एकदम नजदीक ले जाइए ऐसे.
okay.
हाँ.
So I believe in only one thing, that when to contact any influencer, then first thing that we need to understand that according to your niche, and then whether the product is going to
Go on.
Sorry.
So whether the product is going to help your viewers or not, you have created a relation with them. Now, as on to be authentic one and helpful as well. So and according to your viewers, like you, how many views you are getting from rural area or urban area? Because
Understood.
everything has different.
So there are statistics that are available, whether where are the audiences coming from for any influencer, rural से कितने, urban से कितने,
Yes.
कौन से state से कितने. So you should analyze that information. And second, आपका जो भी product है, जो भी brand है, it should help their audiences. अगर उनको help होगा किसी भी तरीके से, तो वो brand से जुड़ेंगे and आपका brand आगे बढ़ेगा. So thank you very much. Really appreciate. So a big round of applause to both of these amazing women here. Thank you so much.
For these very, very inspiring women. And I hope कि आपका काम आगे अच्छा चले, but also आप और ladies को inspire करें. कोई बुनाई में, कोई stitching में, कोई crochet में. I wish more and more women from interiors of India come forward, because I think this land is full of talent. Yes, so congratulations. Thank you for being here and sharing your stories. Keep shining, keep rocking. May I please invite Mr. Ramesh B. Shiragupi to please give them a token of our appreciation. Mr. Ramesh on the stage, please. From Sakata. Ramesh sir, will you please? All right, soon after this, may I please request the tech team to play the Eggfirst Ande Ka Fanda video. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the close of this evening. If you will just give us a couple of minutes. We are just going to have a quick awards ceremony after the Anda song.
कई बार देखा है
Eggfirst is known for this song, so kindly pay attention. Just a minute, Roshan. 1 minute के बाद. Thank you very much. Cheers. A big round of applause once again for these wonderful women. Fantastic. Absolutely rocking. What amazing stories. God bless you. आप अपने जैसे और बनाएं. आप अपने जैसे और duplicates बनाएं. Looking forward to lots of great stories from more and more women of the interiors of India. All right, can we have the Eggfirst Ande Ka Fanda video quickly before we move on to a quick award session?
अंडा अंडा
Srinivas Karavadi sir, may I please
हम सब ने
ask you to
देखा है
come to the stage?
कई बार देखा है
Srinivas sir.
पर क्या कभी सोचा है इस अंडे का क्या फंडा है
20
ये
years
कितना
of
गहरा है
Eggfirst advertising,
इस
ladies
टकले
and
सर के
gentlemen,
अंदर
20
एक प्रेम
years.
सुनहरा है ये कुछ समझाता है ये कुछ सिखलाता है जरा गौर से सुनिएगा हम गा के सुनाता है आओ बताएं तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा आओ बताएं तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा इसमें छिपा है जीवन का फलसफा इसमें छिपा है जीवन का फलसफा अंडे में अंडा फंडे में फंडा अंडे का अंडा फंडे का फंडा आओ बताएं तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा आओ बताएं तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा यहाँ ग्लैड है हर बंदी और बंदा यहाँ ग्लैड है हर बंदी और बंदा अंडे में अंडा अंडे में फंडा अंडे का अंडा अंडे का फंडा मुर्गी पहले आई के आया पहले अंडा ये सवाल था बवाल होता रहा पंगा बंगारे 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 डाउट में क्यों रहना हमें शाउट कर है कहना ये फैसला लिए आगे हमें रैम्बो जैसा बढ़ना डाउट में क्यों रहना हमें शाउट करते रहना ये फैसला लिए आगे हमें रैम्बो जैसा बढ़ना और मैदान पे खेले हम जम के मारे छक्के दिल के हम हैं सच्चे और वादों के भी पक्के दिल के हम हैं सच्चे और वादों के भी पक्के रघुकुल रीत सदा चले आए जाए पर वचन न जाए आओ बताए तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा पागलपन में मस्त मगन सोचे यहाँ चंगा मुस्कुराते मुखड़िया चमके जैसी गंगा आले यहाँ पे पल में खूब खुशियाँ यहाँ खन के और सोच के विस्फोट से ये कायनात धन के अगले यहाँ पे पल में खूब खुशियाँ यहाँ खन के और सोच के विस्फोट से ये कायनात धन के हम है राही प्यार के हमसे कुछ ना बोलिए जो भी मिला प्यार से हाँ हम उसी के हो लिए जो भी मिला प्यार से हाँ हम उसी के हो लिए यहाँ बैड है हर बंदी और बंदा यहाँ ग्लैड है हर बंदी और बंदा दिल करे लम्बाड़ा ना जोश कभी ठंडा वी आर फ्रॉम इंडिया प्यारो ना की फ्रॉम युगांडा स्माइल्स यहाँ खिलते हैं लोग यहाँ मिलते और फ्रेंड्स भी हैप्पी हैप्पी अपने साथ चलते तीनों के नो में अंडा आइकन के को में अंडा टोटल के तो में अंडा रॉक्स के रो में अंडा सिंपलो के पो में अंडा सेलो के लो में अंडा गुड़गांव के गो में अंडा बॉम्बे की बो में अंडा इसमें छिपा है जीवन का फलसफा हाँ इसमें छिपा है जीवन का फलसफा आओ बताए तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा आओ बताएं तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा गांव की खुशबू से भरा परिवार ये न्यारा मिट्टी से जुड़े हैं हमारे इंडिया हमको प्यारा मिट्टी से जुड़े हैं हमारे इंडिया हमको प्यारा यहाँ बैड है हर बंदी और बंदा यहाँ ग्लैड है हर बंदी और बंदा आओ बताएं तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा आओ बताएं तुम्हें अंडे का फंडा लहराते हुए एक फर्स्ट का झंडा
Oh, if an agency can do this for their own brand, imagine what they can do for others. I promise you, there's going to be dinner in 10 minutes. एक जोरदार तालियां हो जाए, जोरदार. Thank you, Eggfirst. Congratulations on 20 years. We are just going to go through quickly a small round of awards. May I please quickly ask Srinivas sir, Srinivas Karavada to start the first round of the first 5 awards. I'm going to quickly call out. Whoever is closer to the stage will get the awards. Whoever doesn't come on time, I'm going back home with all those awards. May I first announce SML Limited is the first awardee of the evening. They have won a bronze for Best AI Conventional Marketing Solutions. So, do we have somebody from SML? I think we do. Somebody from SML, may I please ask representatives of the companies I call out to please quickly. There is an extra reward for running to the stage. All right, somebody from the SML team. Congratulations, you won the bronze for Best AI Conventional Marketing Solutions. Congratulations to the team, well deserved. Next up, Best AI-driven campaign, Manipal Cigna Health Insurance Company Limited. May I please invite the team to kindly come close to the stage so we can, in the interest of everybody's time, do this quickly. Manipal Cigna Health Insurance Company Limited has won the gold for Best AI-driven campaign. Lovely, full mark for coming to the stage as quickly as they could. Lovely to see three lovely ladies waiting to receive their awards. Come up on stage, ladies. Best AI-driven campaign for Manipal Cigna Health Insurance Company Limited. They have won the gold. Coming up next, the best brand music and song, STIHL gets the gold. PNB Housing Finance Limited gets silver. And Captain Tractors Private Limited gets the bronze. May I please invite all three teams to kindly come close to the stage so we can do this quickly. Full marks for running to the stage. Best brand music and song. The gold goes to STIHL. Congratulations, sir. Lovely. Thank you for joining in. Good to always have the team together. Congratulations to the team. Next up, the silver award goes to PNB Housing Finance Limited. I hope we have a representative. All right, great. Please come up, sir. Congratulations to you and your team. PNB Housing Finance Limited gets the silver for best brand music. Next up is Captain Tractors Private Limited that gets the bronze. All right, requesting a quick roundup of this. Lovely to see the gentleman from Captain Tractors Private Limited. Congratulations, sir. You have won the bronze for Best Brand Music. Coming up next is Best BTL Activation. Dr. Reddy's gets the gold. Vasant Masala gets silver. And Nuvoco Vistas Corporate Limited gets the bronze. May I please request all three teams to come close to the stage so we can move on quickly. Best BTL Activation, Dr. Reddy's gets the gold. There's also a second bronze for Indophil Industries Limited. May I please request them also to be here? The silver goes to Vasant Masala. Do we have a representative from Vasant Masala, please? Vasant Masala. Do we have a representative? Just wave to me if we do. All right, moving on. Nuvoco Vistas Corporate Limited gets the bronze in this category. Best BTL activation, also Indophil Industries Limited. Do we have somebody from Indophil? Please come close to the stage. Congratulations to the team. Well done, guys. Thank you, Srinivasa. I'm going to now. Thank you. All right. Is that Indophil? Well done, girls. Congratulations. Good job. You have won the bronze for Best BTL Activation. Thank you, Srinivasa, for your efforts. Thank you. May I please invite Mr. Shyam Sundar Singh to please give away the next set of awards. Mr. Shyam Sundar Singh, may I please invite you on stage to please give away the next set of awards? If you're not here, shall I move? Yes, Shyam sir, you're here. Is that you? Is he outside? Is he during dinner? I'll ask him to please come in. I can ask him to come for the next set of awards. May I please invite Mr. Akash Malhotra? Are you here, please? Mr. Akash Malhotra, are you here, please, to give away the next set of awards? If yes, just shout out. No, if not, Mr. Chandrakant Bhandari, are you here, please? Mr. Chandrakant Bhandari? He's not here. All right. Mr. Yogesh from Madhav Bob. Mr. Yogesh is here. Thank you for doing the honors. For the next set of awards, may I please invite for Best CGI Integration, Manipal Cigna Health Insurance Company Limited again. Please, team, please run to the stage because you have done this before. You can do it again. Best CGI Integration, Manipal Cigna Health Insurance Company Limited gets the gold. Gets the gold. You are going to be followed by Captain Tractors Private Limited that gets the silver. May I please invite both the teams to kindly come up quickly? I can see the Manipal team coming up. Well done, girls. Oh, they are gentlemen also. Congratulations to the full team. Well done, guys. That's a goal for you. Fantastic. Next up, request the Captain Tractors Private Limited team to kindly be ready to go on stage. Captain Tractors Private Limited. Captain Tractors Private Limited, congratulations for winning the silver in the Best CGI Integration category. Next up, Best Creative Tech Integration. May I please invite Green Star Fertilizers Limited, who have won the gold, and SBI General Insurance, who have won the bronze, to please come up on stage. Best Creative Tech Integration, Green Star Fertilizers Limited. Are you here, please? Please come up on stage. Green Star Fertilizers Limited, congratulations on winning the gold for Best Creative Tech Integration. And SBI General Insurance. Are you here, please? SBI General Insurance. SBI General Insurance has won the bronze for Best Creative Tech Integration. Thank you for coming up and receiving, and congratulations for the honors. Next up, Best Digital Influencer Campaign. The gold goes to Star Union Daiichi Life Insurance. The silver goes to Adama. May I please request both the teams to kindly come close to the stage so we can get this done in the interest of everyone's time. Best Digital Influencer Campaign. The gold goes to Star Union Daiichi Life Insurance. Are you here, please? All right, run up. Dinner for you quickly if you do that. All right. Congratulations to the team for winning a gold. Well done, guys. Congratulations to the team. Extended beyond the three of you, I'm sure. The silver goes to Adama, please. Adama, a representative from Adama, may I please ask you to come close to the stage? All right, come up, girls. Lovely to have you. Oh, single girl. All right. Even better to have you. There's a team, I'm sure, behind you. Who? Varna, are you here? Oh, you need an invitation. No, you're not allowed to be humble. Sorry. You have worked hard for this. The lovely Adama team has won a silver. Oh, you're correct first. All right. The best digital influencer campaign. The best digital marketing campaign coming up. The gold goes to STIHL and the bronze goes to Time Zone. May I please invite the STIHL team to receive their gold for best digital marketing campaign. Congratulations, gentlemen. Very well done. Very, very well done. Congratulations to your team who has obviously worked very hard for this. May I please invite the team of Time Zone to kindly come up on stage to receive their bronze award. There's also another gold, I believe, for Dehat. May I please invite the team of Dehat? Another gold goes to Dehat. May I please invite the team and also congratulate them? You have won the gold. Well done, guys. Congratulations to the rest of the team. Thank you so much, Mr. Malhotra, for doing the honors for us. We might trouble you again. May I please invite Mr. Jitendra Saklani to please give away the next set of awards. Mr. Jitendra Saklani on the stage, please. Is he here? Is Mr. Saklani here, please? Is Mr. Jitendra Saklani here? Oh, all right. All right. Thank you for doing the honors for us. I'm now going to announce the best DVC campaign that goes to Motilal Oswal Home Finance Limited. They get a silver. Do we have the Motilal Oswal Home Finance Limited team here? You won a silver, followed by best integrated marketing campaign that will go to Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, followed by Dhanuka Agritech Limited, followed by Time Zone. The best DVC campaign for Motilal Oswal Home Finance Limited. The best integrated marketing campaign gold goes to Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. Congratulations, guys. Please come up to collect your award. Well done to the Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. They have won the gold, guys. The gold. They're followed by Dhanuka Agritech Limited, who have got the silver. Dhanuka Agritech Limited, please come forward. Dhanuka Agritech, do we have a representative here, please? All right, followed by Time Zone. Time Zone has won the bronze for Best Integrated Marketing Campaign. Do we have somebody from Time Zone here, please? All right, yes, please come up. Congratulations, guys. Well done, well deserved. Coming up next, the Best Moment Marketing Creative. That goes to Ajinkya Chemtech Private Limited. The bronze is waiting for you. Ajinkya Chemtech Private Limited, can we have your representative on the stage quickly, please? Best Moment Marketing Creative, Ajinkya Chemtech Private Limited. Congratulations for winning the bronze. Well done, well deserved, and clearly you have a good bunch of supporters sitting here for you. Well done. Coming up next, Best Multilingual Campaign goes to Godrej Agrovet. The gold goes to Godrej Agrovet. You are being followed by HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company, who has won the silver. Do we have somebody from Godrej Agrovet here, please? Godrej Agrovet. Lovely to have you guys on stage. Congratulations. Well done. You have won the gold. You have won the gold. The best multilingual campaign goes to Godrej Agrovet, followed by HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company Limited. You have won the silver. Please come up next. Congratulations to the HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company Limited team. Guys, you have won a silver. Congratulations. Up next, best occasion-based marketing campaign goes to Star Union Daiichi Life Insurance. Well done. Another feather in your cap. You're going to be followed by HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company Limited. You guys can continue to be here next to the stage, followed by Panelists Industries Limited, who have won a bronze. May I please request Star Union Daiichi Life Insurance to please come up on stage. You have won the gold, guys, the gold. The best occasion-based marketing campaign. Next up, the silver. HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company Limited. You have won the silver. Please come up on stage to receive your award. I hope Finolex Industries representative is here. I can see you. Well done, guys. Well done once again. All right, well done, guys. Panelists Industries Limited, congratulations. You won a bronze in Best Occasion-Based Marketing Campaign. May I please invite There's another award in silver in the same category, Best Occasion-Based Marketing Campaign, and it goes to ESAF Small Finance Bank. Can we have the team come up on stage? Well done, guys. Occasion-based marketing campaign. What fun it would be if I could get to see all the award-winning campaigns. It really would be so fun. Congratulations, guys. Nice to see many of you smiling. Silver, ESAF Small Finance Bank. Well done. I'm going to trouble Mr. Shyam Sundar Singh to give away the next set of awards. I hope you're here. Mr. Shyam Sundar Singh. Thank you, sir, for your time and effort. Thank you for doing the honors. Yeah, please invite Mr. Shyam Sundar Singh to give away the next set of awards. Mr. Shyam Sundar Singh, are you here? Lovely to have you here, sir. Thank you for doing the honors. May I please invite the next award winner? Best Outdoor Campaign goes to Inera. Inera gets a silver in the Best Outdoor Campaign. I can see a very happy gentleman. If you will just run to the stage, we'll probably be happier. Thank you very much. Full marks for the running as well. Inera has won the silver for Best Outdoor Campaign. You're going to be followed by Best Performance Marketing Campaign. That again goes to STIHL. STIHL, you have won the silver for Best Performance Marketing Campaign. And the bronze in this category goes to Green Star Fertilizers Limited. Please come up on stage, sir. Congratulations. Green Star Fertilizers Limited, you're up next, please. Well done, STIHL, for yet another feather in your cap. Green Star Fertilizers Limited gets the bronze for Best Performance Marketing Campaign. Up next, the Best Product Innovation. The gold goes to ESAT Small Finance Bank again. Well done, guys. Followed by East West Seed India Private Limited, followed by Lucy Vidu Seeds. The Best Product Innovation. Well done, team. Best Product Innovation requires a lot of effort. The gold goes to gold has gone to ESAP, Small Finance Bank. Well done and congratulations. And the silver goes to East West Seed India Private Limited. Congratulations, sir, to you and your team. Innovation is a tough area of work. Well done there. And the bronze goes to Newsy Vidu Seeds. Newsy Vidu Seeds. Do we have a representative from the company, please? Newsy Vidu? All right, thank you for your efforts, sir. May I please invite Mr. Akash Malhotra on stage? Mr. Akash Malhotra, I hope you're here, sir. Please explain the fan following. All right. Lovely to invite the next awardees. Best regional PR campaign goes to PNB Housing Finance Limited, followed by Godrej Agrovet, and that is also followed by East West Seed India Private Limited. Gold, gold, gold! PNB Housing Finance Limited, congratulations. May I please invite Godrej Agrovet to kindly come and pick up your silver for the same category. The best regional PR campaigns bronze goes to East West Seed India Private Limited again. Well done, well done. Congratulations to the team behind you. The best regional PR campaign, we have another silver that goes to Green Star Fertilizers Limited. Green Star Fertilizers Limited, congratulations once again. The best rural brand of the year goes to One Into Sports. The best rural brand of the year. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. One Exports. I apologize. One Exports has won the best rural brand of the year. Are you here, please? All right, lovely. Congratulations. You won a silver. And Sakata Seed India Private Limited, you have also won a silver best rural brand of the year. Broccoli, broccoli. Yes. Well done, guys. Silver for best rural brand of the year. Congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Malhotra, for your time and effort. Thank you for being here. May I now please invite Ms. Priya from SBI? Ms. Priya from SBI to kindly give away the next set of awards. Very happy to announce the next award goes for Best Rural Focus Short Video Online. And the awardee is ESAF Small Finance Bank again. ESAF Small Finance Bank, you are the winners of the Silver Award for Best Rural Focus Short Video Online. Up next is the Best TVC campaign, which goes to Insecticides India Limited. Will you please come close to the stage? Insecticides India Limited. Congratulations, guys, one more time. The best TVC campaign goes to Insecticides India Limited, followed by the bronze going to ESAF Small Finance Bank again. Best TVC campaign. Congratulations, ladies. Insecticides India Limited. May I please re-invite ESAF Small Finance Bank to kindly pick up yet another award. अब तो भागना चाहिए अब तो आदत हो गई The best TVC campaign, there's also another silver for Coromandel International. Best TVC campaign, silver. There's another one for Coromandel International. I hope we have a representative. Congratulations. Well done, guys. Good team. Good going. And that's the silver for Coromandel International in the category of Best TVC Campaign, followed by Best Use of Animation. May I please re-invite Panelists Industries Limited for winning the gold, followed by SBI General Insurance. Congratulations, sir. Gold goes to Panelists Industries Limited. May I please invite SBI General Insurance to come up? That's good. That's fun. That's interesting. All right. Picture's done. Well done. Well done. This is called perfect. Awardee and awarder. Lovely. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations also for winning that for your team. Yes, congratulations. Well done. And our congrats to the rest of your team as well. May I please now invite Mr. Umakant Dash to come up on stage to give away the last set of awards. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is calling all of us, but quickly, thank you, sir, for being here. The best use of mobile. The gold goes to Aditya Birla Group. The Aditya Birla Group. I hope we have a representative in the room. Aditya Birla Group. You have won a gold. Moving on. Are you here in the room, Aditya Birla Group? Yes? Yes? I see somebody moving, so I guess. Great, lovely. The gentleman in red, very proudly coming up to win the gold. Best use of mobile goes to Aditya Birla Group, followed by best use of social media that goes to Dehat, and also Mahindra Pay Bima. Mahindra Pay Bima. The silver for best use of social media goes to Dehat again, followed by Mahindra Pay Bima, who gets the bronze. Mahindra Pay Bima, will you please come up on stage? Congratulations for winning the bronze for best use of social media. Coming up next, best celebrity-led brand campaign goes to Inera. If that's the rest of the team, congratulations to all of you. The best celebrity-led brand campaign goes to Inera, followed by Dehat again. You get the gold, Inera. And Dehat gets the silver. Congratulations. There's also another silver for Vasant Masala. Congratulations, guys. Vasant Masala. Vasant Masala gets the silver in the best celebrity-led brand campaign. Congratulations, guys. The best rural startup again goes to Inera. Inera, we need you back. The best rural startup goes to Inera one more time. Inera has won the gold. Best rural startup. Up next, the best content marketing campaign goes to Star Union Daiichi Life Insurance. Best content marketing campaign, the silver goes to Star Union Daiichi Life Insurance. And may I please invite once again the team of Vasant for the best BTL activation. You have won a silver. Vasant Masala, best BTL activation. Vasan Masala for best BTL activation. Congratulations, you get a silver. As we come to an end of the award ceremony, a special mention to BN Group for excellent use of social media and digital marketing campaign for a campaign for Kisan Divas, a former IT professional who left her lucrative career to champion sustainable farming in rural India. Thank you, sir, for your time and effort. Thank you for doing the honors. May I now please invite the leadership team of Eggfirst Advertising to come up on stage to give us a vote of thanks. Soon after which all of us will go where we all need to go, which is the dining table. All right, can we have the entire team of Eggfirst Advertising to kindly come up on stage to give a vote of thanks? All right, may I please make a quick request? The best TVC campaign for ESAF, Small Finance Bank. If you have the trophy, will you please give it back to us? Best TVC campaign of ESAF, Small Finance Bank. If you have mistakenly taken the trophy, will you please return it? Thank you. Can we hear it for the Eggfirst team, guys? Well done. Well done. I must say, I mean, I don't need a vote of thanks and all, but one of the greatest decisions you've done is, I don't have to say anymore. I'm just kidding, everyone. Let's have a great dinner ahead. I'm wishing all of you a great year ahead, and I hope all the astrologers and all the soothsayers who are giving us hope for 2025 actually comes true. So I'm wishing for everyone in this room and everyone who's left a fantastic 2025. Congratulations once again to the team of Eggfirst for completing 20 years, and here's wishing you 200 more. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sonika Chopra. It's been a joy, a pleasure, and an honor to do this for Eggfirst one more time. Over to you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it from the originals. You just have to switch it on. It's on, it's on, it's on.
Hello. Yeah, on behalf of the entire Eggfirst team, I would like to, extend a heartfelt thank you to all of you for joining us today and making this evening so special for us. Thank you very much.
A big thank you to our esteemed jury members for helping us recognize tonight's winners. And congratulations to all the winners. Thank you so much.
A huge shout out and thanks to all our panelists for their inspiring insights and making this evening a great success.
A special mention to the influencers, Dehati Madam and Madhura ji, for sharing your valuable insights with us. Thank you so much.
We are deeply grateful to the senior professionals, industry leaders, and founders for taking the time to be with us today. Thank you.
Thank you to our clients and partners for your trust and support.
A big thanks to our mentors and friends for standing by us throughout.
A special thanks to Sonika for being such a wonderful anchor.
Hi guys, it's a great evening. We would like to thanks all the members present here. I would like to especially thank the camera team, the sound team, and the overall Westin team. It's a great evening. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining.
As we wrap this, thank you all of you for being part of the Eggfirst Chalo Rural Conclave and Awards. Let's continue celebrating rural India and moving together.
भारत की बात करते रहेंगे, ग्राहक पे चर्चा करते रहेंगे।
मिलते हैं अगले साल। अंटिल देन रूरल और सेमी अर्बन की दुनिया में आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे। आप सभी को दिल से बहुत 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 धन्यवाद। थैंक यू फ्रॉम द एक्फर्स्ट टीम। थैंक यू गाइस। थैंक यू। May I request the Eggfirst team to join us on stage for one picture? Guys, please. Thank you. Thank you everybody for being such a wonderful host. And please have dinner. Do not leave without dinner. Jaldi, 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 guys. Eggfirst team, one. Thank you, thank you. Come, Eggfirst team, come quickly. Beautiful. कुछ लोग बाहर होंगे तो request Eggfirst team to call them. Call the Eggfirst team from outside. Kashvi, come quickly. Samiksha, Samiksha, can you call the Eggfirst team? Can you ask Anmol to come? Come guys, settle in, settle in, settle in. एक मेरे लिए भी कोई जगह छोड़ देना. Come, beautiful guys. Hopefully अगले इस स्टेज पे जगह कम पड़े. All right, good, 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 good. Come. Come guys. Are we all set? No. Okay. I am going to sit down, don't worry. I will block everybody. तो मैं बैठ जाऊंगा. So next. Anmol. Others from Eggfirst. Okay. So guys, एक second before the photograph, everybody here at Eggfirst, guys, absolutely brilliant work and super splendid. 3 cheers for the Eggfirst team. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hip hip. Superb. Thank you. So, अरे वाह, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you. Okay, everybody's here. Okay, look your best. Okay. Ready? Is Anmol likely to join? How many more are we missing? अच्छा एकदम पीछे. Very good. All set? Yeah. Okay, all set? पहले दो नॉर्मल फोटो लेते हैं फिर थोड़ा एनर्जेटिक वाला. फोरम फोरम जिंदाबाद. क्या बोले? भारत माता की जय. ओके रेडी. माता की जय. जय. थैंक यू. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the wonderful evening. Thank you. Thank you, Eggfirst team. Beautiful.